to all here. I wanted to ask a favor. Seeing as C is not with us, does the manager of his contract just want to keep me up to date with what he's doing?
Oh, yes.
Every now and then, if that's all right?
I'll be glad to, sir. Oh, Park, yes. Oh, how we go? Yes. Alright, good, done.
Yes.
Thank you.
Awful.
I'm not going to mention the fact that he's become Scottish because I can't do Irish. So
Sean Connery syndrome. That's what it is.
look,
It's
a good way to improve anything.
They're all barbarians. It's okay.
Okay.
As your minds are cast into darkness, once again we re-emerge for the Roll20 game.
So last session, the group of you decided to trek out into the foothills of the Sword Mountains to go and search for and uncover the this elusive and legendary Wave Echo mine and the Wave Echo cavern, where you have learned that the Forge of Spells from many years ago lies within. It was a powerful arcane focus of sorts from a long time ago. It was an object of great power, and as you had learned in the histories, that because of its power, there were many other forces that sought to control it, or sought to destroy the source of the enemy's power, and a great battle was fought on the site of the Forge of Spells. So much of the destruction and the caving in is all a result and the aftermath of the energies and the forces that exploded and more or less brought the battle to a catastrophic halt, and the Forge of Spells was lost. After more than 500 years, the Rockseeker brothers, led by Gundren, were seemingly the first ones to discover this in some time. However, it seems that an individual referring to themselves as the Black Spider also caught wind of this discovery and has been harassing the prospectors to the point of Gundren's own death, along with his brothers, now leaving this powerful discovery up in the air and not knowing what will happen to it. The group of you have since entered the entrance of the cavern, have trekked in initially, finding an abandoned camp, as well as upon descending further down into the pit, you discovered that there are ancient and strange beings and entities within the cavern. One such especially a sentient ooze that Parik had stumbled into, that then attempted to devour him and swallow him as food. However, after a brief fight, you are able to overcome this, and many of you are now recuperating after the initial foray of that fight. What are you all doing?
Well, I think the last thing I was doing was cleaning off Podrick from the oozes and stuff, and because he was complaining about it immensely.
I do.
I have a look. It burns me still like God's forgotten blasted creeping back and son of bulls and whores.
Podrick, already used the magic. It's off you. Have a look at yourself.
Grimace flashes across his face. See this ginger-bearded man standing there with a great visage of a man of the outdoors, of a farmer, of a man who has had a hard life, who's gone into many pub fights and lost many of them by the looks of his scars and bruises and his slightly cracked nose. But he has a hardness to himself, but still that hardness has been eaten away by the acid wound upon his arm where this sting, this blasted curse of a demon, ripped at his arm and caused such pain and flee. Havok, if I see more of those things over there, right there, I'm telling you, I can't be going through this. I can't be fighting things I can't fight. He looks at you, and he just kind of like motions with his hands, like, I don't have the tools. My swords cannot cut. My bows, my bolts cannot pierce that which has no form. Terrible. Please, get this cleaned. Please, quickly. And he shakes his arm at you.
And a scaling was at Avalok, so it looks at the quite 6 foot. Was it 3? Was elf, high elf, of distinct age, has a greying eyes and silver hair with like skin itself, all these magical sort of baubles and with his new jumping boots as well. They've attached to his feet and give him a spring in the step he didn't have beforehand. And he looks at Podrick and says, "There is nothing more I can do at this point. It's all within your mind. I apologise, but this is all magic can do at this time." As I sort of look towards...
All in my mind. That thing was not in my mind. That thing attacked me, and I have burns. My beautiful, beautiful skin. As he begins rubbing it and trying to apply the cool watered bandage and wraps upon his arm as he's rubbing it, trying to get the acid, the smell of his singeing flesh off him. Disgusting.
Yeah, well, it seems like Small was a companion over here looking towards, was it Oberon? Osborne. Seemed to have a better chance, and he was using his fists.
Huh? Looks at you.
I look at my fists and cast my mind back to when I punched something gelatinous just a few moments ago, and thinking very strange sensation it was. I didn't like it. It wasn't fun. I think I've got sludge over me still. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so you've got a little bit on you. I mean, it's no longer like jelly-like. It's dissolved and turned to liquid, as you can feel like it's kind of, and it's something you can just easily wipe off.
Okay, so I guess I'll start like flicking off this. Is it green?
It's orange. It was like a dark orange and brown.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just seem to
How in Black Asparagus' name did you hit that thing? Did you?
I give you a very strange look, and what's in this?
I look at you for answers. Asparagus. It's the black asparagus. It's the curse. It's the curse. Anyway, how'd you punch that thing?
I know not what you speak. I've been trained to hit things with my fists. It is only natural to me.
And your hands did not burn off like mine? He shows you the wound.
No. No, it did not.
So he looks at Avalok. Magic must be. You creatures of the woods and the dirt and the roots.
I assure you, Podrick, that his magic is different and comes from a different place than others, so yes.
Yes. In time of siege there, his magic comes from another place as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, of course. Yeah, of course, yes, of course. Every magic is different, as they say. Yada yada yada.
He's fucking Jewish now.
Hey, this is hard. What's going on over there? Can't behind. Brief introduction. Siege is a human man standing about 5'9", not very tall, but not short either. Standing in an army coat, a special garment worn underneath armor. He's not wearing armor at the moment. He's lightly clad, having left it back at the mouth of the cave, fearing for causing a causing a ruckus in his armor, but his booming voice doesn't help. That intention of being quiet. He walks with a shaky stride after this thing was put down and exploded by more of Avalok's magic. He walks with a copper flail at his side, which gleams slightly. Auric, are you okay? Tiber, I'd be okay here. Yes, I'd be okay here. And he shows you the arm. He's like, Avalok, can you get that mended?
I don't have
Clean it.
healing magics,
Use
but
your
I can...
magics.
I've already cleaned it. It's within his mind.
Is this pasta over here within my mind as well?
Oh. And now I look towards was it Dragon Ball, was a companion, was Everstone. It's like, I'm not sure if your species has some kind of, I don't know, cleaning mechanic, or you'd be able to...
Please, it ails me so, it burns. I smell my furs, my hairs. It's disgusting to my ears, to my nose.
What?
Alright, I don't... I'm totally lost right now, guys.
Yeah, so am I.
Okay, I'm so sorry. So, where are we at the moment? Are we just kind of looking for the next adventure?
No, so what's been happening is you just defeated that ooze-like thing that you breathed lightning at, and Parig,
Bantering.
the one that was talking about having the ooze that kind of was acidic and burned his arm a little. They were just talking about how the monk was able to fight it, and Avalok has just turned to you and asked, I don't know if your species has anything that can help deal with this.
Okay, well, I'll just have to look over... No, I do not. I do not have the strong healing abilities needed for such a situation.
Right. Well, in that case, Podrick, you'll just have to deal with it. Sort of, yeah. Walk was sort of a little bit further down the cavern itself, just have a bit of a side in the scout.
Get some distance from him.
He's sitting there, just kind of rubbing it slightly. Siege, you have any sort of itching powder I could use in this thing? I'll have a look. Siege bend down and looks through here. Yeah, have some ale here. Use that. And he just starts rubbing ale in his arms, trying to get that stinging off. He's like, is that better? And it's a little bit, and he takes a swig. Oh, okay. Well, let's begin. Let's move. Hey.
Okay.
Around.
Just for my knowledge, can you guys tell me what order you're marching in? I'll try and remember from last time.
First.
I'm at the back for now, just because I used my lightning spell, and that has tied me, so I'm kind of lagging behind.
Okay. Osborne's at the
point. Yep.
Yeah.
I think I was second. Oh yeah, can I
Alright.
direct him where he's going?
Alright. Who's third?
Probably Pork.
I think Pork was third.
And I'm just behind Pork.
Yeah, and so you're going to be Tiber, and then we'll have Sophia Everstone at the back.
Oh god, such a stupid name.
No, it's cool. It's cool. It's elegant.
Badass motherfucking name.
Sure, guys.
Okay, so you continue to travel down this reclaimed mine shaft area. So you've now kind of gone through the natural cavern structure down into this area that's now flat underfoot, but you can still see the rough, jagged edges of the cave surrounding you in the light that Avalok is still casting. As you look around, you can see that there are, there's so much dust and earth, sediment. There's the odd tree root that's come in to the side, and again, off in the distance, you hear a loud crash like thunder, seemingly echoing all throughout the cave. As you continue to travel, you find yourself coming to a cross-section, and you seem to be faced with a choice. You can either go left or right at the end of this intersection.
Okay. I'll Assuming that I get there first and notice it first, I say to the allies behind me, everyone, it appears that this path goes in two different directions from here. Which way should we go?
Do you see any tracks of humanoid? Those tracks we saw earlier. Do they continue in any sort of direction here?
Can I make a perception check on that or survival check? What do I
Make
do?
a survival check. Yeah. Assuming Avalak is helping you, like with some light to be able to see.
Yeah, and also
I think
it also
I'll
my
get it
general.
anyway.
Yeah, sort of pointing because I can see. And,
Yeah.
Plus 4, 21? 21.
21. Okay. So there are some humanoid tracks on the ground. They're leading to the right.
Yes. I see some humanoid tracks. Do I see how many? Like, one people, two people?
A
Troop
number
of
of
people.
people. So
Number of people. Okay.
more than 6.
More than 6. It appears that this path to the right is heavily trafficked. I seem to notice over 5 separate footprints heading that direction. I think if we're meant to find people, that way is the best way to go.
You hear and a spit from the back of the party as Porrick says, "Orcs." Quite right. Sounds like orcs.
I do take this moment to pause and say, before we continue on though, considering that it is very dark now, being nighttime, should we rest and then continue in the morning when we have replenished ourselves?
well, I wouldn't advise us being here for too long, considering if there is
I-
orcs on patrol.
I would go for the rest just because I can't use my thunder ability or lightning ability until I rest again. And I'm tired from the battle. So perhaps a short rest? Is that something we're able to do?
That's not a bad idea.
Took a rest, but maybe we should at least, before we set up camp, check how close they are. We don't want to be resting so close to an enemy camp. We could get ambushed while we're resting.
Well, if myself and I imagine was it Osborne, considering he's already up front and already scouting, if we have a quick look up ahead and see how close they are, we can report back.
That'll be best. And what about the other way, north? The north entrance. We should probably check that out as well.
Well, us two can go up, the opposite direction, whilst the rest of you have a quick sort of venture that way, and then we'll meet back here in however long.
Would it be helpful if I traveled up the cave using my agility just to have a quick look from a higher position?
Well, that would work.
Oh yes. If you
You're
can
gonna go?
And just keep
you
guard
can do it safely.
for, say, half an hour. Yes, so I think I would... Do I need a roll for that?
Okay. So you've got in front of you a fork that goes that gives you the choice of traveling left or right. Which direction do you want to go check out?
I would say...
And-
Right was
and,
where the footprints were.
okay, so right.
Okay. So yeah, and you're trying to go like as quietly as you can, undetected.
Mhm.
Go ahead and roll for stealth. So roll a d20 and add your stealth to that.
Yeah, my stealth is
Just tell me the total.
+8. So 23.
23. Yeah.
That was plus shit.
Your mouse!
So, as you begin to move forward, the light source behind you fades, and you're now going through the darkness on your own. But you are managing to stay mostly undetected to the best of your ability. As you turn towards the right, you travel down. There's a small spiral. You duck down lower because, as you see, You see some writing in runes on the side, just from the little trail of light that's now like dimly cast down the hallway that you continued down. You can barely make out that there are some runes on the wall. Does your character know Dwarvish? It'll be in the bottom left.
No.
Okay.
Only common and draconic.
Okay, so you see some runes there. You can't make it out. You continue down, and as you go down this little hallway, and it seems shorter and narrower. Seems like it was sized for smaller individuals. You look down this hallway, and there is another turn, another archway that goes left or right. But either way you look is complete pitch black darkness. At the moment, you don't have a source of light unless you've got something that can make light, but you can't see down there at the moment.
And so what the choice is for me, I think at this point, I want to travel back to camp and alert the crew of my discoveries, because I don't think it's wise to go ahead with my low energy levels and without a source of light.
So you go back, and you guys, after just about 4 or 5 minutes, you see Sophia Everstone, the Blue Dragonborn, come back to you quietly. You almost don't notice until she just says, "Hey," and it kind of takes you all by surprise for a second because she's so damn sneaky. And she relays this information to you that she goes down and has a look. It's pitch black there, and without a source of light. She advises you that she doesn't want to really keep traveling without the group resting.
Does she tell us about the dwarven runes?
I do. I tell you about everything I discovered there, and I also tell you that perhaps maybe there could be one person at a time keeping watch from that right direction to see if there's any potential dangers while we rest. What do you think, everyone?
Well, considering I only need to meditate and also I have was a vision of darks, I think I'd be the most sort of appropriate to keep watch as long as possible in that direction.
Alright,
Perhaps
awesome.
we could also maybe check out the left-hand path as well, just in case there's something else maybe lurking there that we just don't know about.
Well, I can venture, was it down there, was it first, and have a quick look.
I think that would be
Is there
safest.
anything there, and then come back and look towards the right path.
Alright. Okay, I suppose we'll set up a little camp for our short rest.
Okay.
I'll take out something to eat, so I'll mark off some rations, and I'll go into a meditative pose,
All right.
and I will start meditating.
Okay. So a short rest. I assume you guys are just going to stop for about 45 minutes or so while you rest, or are you guys looking to sleep and take a long rest?
No rest.
Sorry, just a short rest.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Does that count for me being able to activate my lightning abilities again? Alright, cool.
Okay.
But also at the same time, I've walked down to the left path to have a...
Okay.
to have
So,
a-
so while they're resting, you go off.
Mhm.
All right. Also, anyone who's resting, if you've got any more hit dice for today, you can roll hit dice while you're resting. So depending on what your class is, you have a different dice. And okay, Avalok, you travel off to the left. Are you being quiet? What are you?
I'm being stealthy, as
Okay.
I sort of walked down trying to be
Chuck a
observant.
stealth roll in there.
Sure.
Okay.
How's that?
Managing to step on some twigs and alert a horse.
In a cage. In a cage,
You attempt to perform an unarmed strike on the horse.
You found Sally the
work.
mare.
They work against you,
Darren's
these
horse.
twigs.
I'll be fucking surprised.
As you travel down to the left, there are more. You go down 3 or 4 more twisted little, smaller burrows. They seem like smaller, like designed for smaller creatures. You assume probably dwarf sized. As you're going around, you find 3 or 4 cave-ins. As you see these small little passages, you eventually do find, as you traverse across, you start to hear a small trickle of water. And if you move towards it, do you?
Yeah, no. Okay. Hear the noise. Make my way to it.
As you trail off, you do see in this next, it kind of opens up into a cavern where there is a small pool of water. There's no light, but just the light from your light spell cast across, and you can see it shimmer across the top. It's very still on top. The water is quite dark. There's small broken shells around the edges of it. There's pale mussels and things, and it actually smells like a little fishy in this room.
Right. Well, seeing the pool itself, I actually just put my hand was on the water surface, not dipping my hand into it, but just guiding across the surface. See if I can sort of glean anything.
Okay, so as you approach the pool, it's quite shallow at the front, but as your light casts, you can see that it drops away a few meters in, and you get the idea that in the middle it could be it could be quite deep in the middle. And there is a small stream leading off, and you can see that this cavern continues out with a small stream kind of trickling out of the cave to the northeast.
Right, so what I can presume is that maybe like an exit to the cave, like one of the...
Well, it actually... it trickles like into the cavern wall.
Right.
As you look and kind of follow towards the end of the stream, you actually see a set of stairs further to the right of it, at the other end of it, about 20 meters away.
Right. Well, I'll take note of the stairs, and do I hear anything other than the sort of trickle of water? Is there?
No, and you wait a moment, and then you hear another loud crash, a thunderous crash that seems closer now to you. It seems to come more from this direction than from where you were before. You seem closer to it, but you still can't pinpoint a direction. You still hear it from the other end that you came from, but it sounds louder now that you're down this end of the cave.
How far? So the stair from where I am, the little pool itself, the stairs themselves, so they're just like across the side a little bit.
So as you look, this pool kind of fills up the middle of the chamber and goes all the way to the back wall and to the left wall. But the shore and the embankment is along the right-hand side, and the stream goes down to a small trickle. Bless you.
Thanks.
I can hear it through the cave.
And there are some stairs on the right-hand side on that embankment of the stream.
Right.
Does that answer your question, sir?
Yeah, that's fine. No, that's perfect. Now, well, was it take note of the stairs and the stream itself?
Yeah, and that stream kind of vanishes into the cave wall up towards the back of the room, but the shore kind of leads along the right-hand side of the room, and you can actually see some stairs.
Right. Well, taking that was a note, I start to venture back to the group.
Okay. Cool. You managed to do so without any issue.
Cool. No return. As it say, well, it seems like I've discovered that it was a stream and a set of stairs that's close to an embankment down that way. Possibly was it leading further?
Further deeper. Look.
Have you done a perception roll yet?
Oh, should be able to see. I've got dark vision, so it's easier for me
Okay, cool.
to see. Without, unless, as it Taser wants me to do a roll.
Yeah, usually if there's something that's difficult to detect or something happening, I'll say roll perception. And if you roll low, I just say nothing.
You're blind.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just say, yeah. But also, whilst I was down there, it sounded that crash we continue to hear. It sounded like it was closer, but I couldn't be sure.
What did it sound like, this crash? Would it sound like metal? Falling metal, perhaps? Was it wood or rock? A falling cave-in, perhaps?
To you, Avalok, it still sounded thunderous. It still sounded like a crash of thunder.
Right. So,
Like a sonic boom.
Yeah, quite similar in the fact of Everstone over there and her lightning ability, but further away.
Oh, I see. Perhaps more of a kind in this tunnel.
Who I doubt was a dragonborn would be in these caves, but perhaps anything can happen. So it seems like it did seem very deserted. So possibly with those stairs on the other side of the embankment of the river, the stream I did see, it could be a way further in without having to traverse the orcs.
Indeed. Well, I suppose this will be a good time as any, as we're kind of resting and gathering ourselves. We should decide what our next course of action should be, whether we seek out these orcs and deal with them, purge them from these caves, or we try to bypass them and move further in. Both are risky. However, if we manage to deal with this threat, then we can rest easy knowing that, at least for the time being, we are least likely to be harassed. Maybe if we get the jump on them. What do you think, Osborne?
I am meditating and
look over and just
fail to respond.
I see.
Well, it seems like it's a case of either we go for an enemy we do know, or a possible unknown enemy that is hiding further in.
Yes.
I mean, logic would dictate the orcs, but
I'd say go for the enemy we do know, because then that way we can just create a strategy before we attempt to attack them or defend ourselves. And then see what's left of us. Afterwards, would see if we need to prepare for the next alternative enemy.
I'm a bit surprised when you say what's left of us. Like, what do you mean? Is bad things going to happen? Well, what do you mean? What do you mean? Well, yes. That sounds like a good plan. I'm perhaps a little bit more for that myself, but still, we should be careful then. Prepare ourselves. Make the necessary preparations. Let's go and clear out that camp, and then make our way down. Are we all in agreement? I'll look over to everyone.
Yes, and by clear out the camp, you mean just cover our tracks?
I mean, kill the orcs, slaughter them.
Oh, sorry.
Enslave them.
I'm coming in. I just had a sneeze of attack, so I had to go out of the game.
Yeah, no, we shall rid them permanently from this world. There are loathsome things which blaspheme against the gods or drawing breath.
yes. Well, and also if we can sneak past them and continue on our way without was alerting them, it may be a thing as well. But it depends on what comes to pass.
Do you think that there may be a possibility that if we attack those, that others will be aware of the attack, or if we kill all of them, that we cover our tracks? Does that make any sense?
Well,
Yes.
it depends on how. I suppose orcs are usually in number, So if there's any more, they would run
Sure.
towards their comrades' sort of screams of battle. But it could actually be advantageous if we can get them all in the one, well, possibly in the one location.
But you give them far too much credit. They are stupid beasts that roam in packs. If we can pick them off part by part, bit by bit, then their mob-based mob mentality will shroud into cowardice, and they will flee and scatter them upon the four winds. It will not be an issue.
Do any of you have superpowers or just strong powers that could wipe out many orcs at a time? We combined it with something else, or just on the power alone?
I'll look over at Avalok.
Oh, well, I suppose, was it casting, is it my magic missile, or chromatic orbs, or how to,
Do you not have some sort of curse that could afflict them? Cause their skin to peel off and boil
Tiber,
on the floor.
Tiber, I don't deal with...
inflict upon them.
I don't deal with curse. Well, I know of curses, but I don't cast curses.
Of course you do. I've seen you blow up many creatures. That's a curse.
That's not a curse.
I haven't seen one.
Oh dear. And
tell it to them. The chunks of meat left behind.
Remind me, Tiber, you're the one who wanted to learn magic. Well, here's your first lesson.
That
isn't a curse.
It's not a curse. Then what is it then?
It is simply was elemental magic. I cast, and then I sort of looked to my hands. This light. See? Elemental. Okay.
Projection. I use another word, which is sort of like... Yeah.
Okay.
Projection.
Yes, not curse.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
You should learn such things. It will be very useful.
Mm-hmm.
You have much to learn. I smile and chuckle to myself.
I looked to my side and just
I give you a good knowing glance, like I know I'm obviously fucking around with you, but yes.
Can you all make a perception check right now?
Oh god.
Do I do one with disadvantage?
I mean, unless you're unconscious, but
I'm meditating though.
No, you should be fine.
Would it be passive perception or perception check?
I'll take either. You've just got to beat a 15, which two of you have done already.
Okay. I definitely am not paying attention.
Yeah, and cool. And is Parag alright? You roll.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
So he knows. He knows.
Yeah.
Of course he does.
Cool. Anyone who's 15 or higher, you hear footfalls, often to the right-hand side, out towards further in, beyond that darkness that Everstone walked up towards and came back. Down that way, you hear a number of footfalls, and you hear a voice.
Coming! Someone's coming!
Ok Nashada! Like, ring out in the darkness, and you hear more footfalls through the cave, and they finally they start to fade away. Anyone here know or understand Orcish?
No.
Yes, I do.
You hear it just say, "My brothers, run!" And you understand that and know that to be Orcish, and they you just hear feet run down that far end of the cavern.
Is it coming towards us, the sound?
No, it seems to come close towards you and then fade, as though it maybe was passing a nearby cavern, but not connected to yours.
Is the cavern still quite dark and requires a light source?
Well, around, as long as anything near Avalok at the moment, he's got a light in his hand, a magical light. But if you were to go away from that, it'll be pitch black. There's no like torches on the cave or anything. Most of you should have torches or lanterns in your packs or something like that, if you choose to use it. But yeah, at the moment, Avalok's just got his magical light out at the moment.
Is there a light coming in the direction of the sound, like other orcs? Did orcs use light? Have we seen that?
There's no change in the light down that end of
In
the
that
tunnel.
direction. Okay.
Okay, well, I decide to create my own light source,
Mm.
and then try to follow that source of sound, just going upwards of the cave that would be hard for those to reach,
Okay.
using my stealth.
Okay.
And also trying to perceive what is happening and if they're
Okay.
alerting others for attack.
Okay. Does it say what equipment you have? Do you have like a torch? You should have a torch or something. Because your torch.
Oh, okay. In the explorer's pack, sorry.
Yeah, you've got a torch, I think. So you light a torch, and you've got that, and you start moving down towards the source of that noise.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead.
But at the same time, I do try to hide the light source reasonably, but it's still not.
Yeah.
possible.
So you can do your best to move quietly, but obviously the light will still give you away. Roll stealth for how quietly you can move.
Just D20.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, that's fine. That's a 27 for you or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do I get rid of that page?
Just tap somewhere else on the screen. Scroll to the bottom of that page.
Prepare yourselves. We're under attack, as we're just going to get ready. Because I think we're going to be ambushed. So I'm
Sorry, there's something.
Yeah,
clicking
sorry,
up on my page.
something on the iPad is just really.
That's right.
messed up.
Meanwhile, I'm just letting the other guys know.
I
I
know.
stand and get my flail.
And
Ready to beat that
I
ass.
whisper over to Elizabeth. No.
Do you know how to close? Oh no, there it is. The bloody UI closes the X on it. This iPad app is a bit shit.
What's that? Apple shit now, man.
It's a pretty much. Oh my god, it's so annoying.
Porrick lowers his crossbow.
And I sort of
They're coming
say,
from the path.
say to the group, no.
What?
They were running. I heard it.
Are they
Away
coming
from
here?
something. No. One of them was saying they had to get
Would I be able to do a perception roll?
Okay, just wait. He's talking.
Okay, sorry.
No,
It'll
no,
cut
I've,
out.
I've already finished.
Yeah. So you wanna roll to see what you can see.
Yeah.
So as you move down towards this tunnel, you raise your torch. Go ahead and roll perception.
It says 20.
Okay. Down the end, you see a cave-in, but you see a number of tunnels and rooms down this. This is now a wider, grand hallway, and you get the idea that whatever just happened and whatever just went through, they probably just ran across here. You're now kind of in this hallway where you can see a door, like a closed stone door, on your left. You see a grand stone opening, like a grand, large stone archway that's like 10, 15 meters tall. And it's like got good carvings around it and everything off to your right. Those are the ones at the front, and up towards the back, you just see two natural like continuations of the hallway going left and right at the end of the hallway.
Okay, I am overwhelmed with this sight, and I do not believe that I could take on any sort of attack if I triggered it by attempting to open the door. So I therefore run back to the camp and I tell you guys about what I see, and I ask your opinion. What do you think we should do about my discoveries? Shall we march forth, or shall we head in another direction?
So you jump. So you skulk off and then come back.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you see? Because I kind of half paid attention because I wasn't actually there. So what do you see? Can you explain what you see? So you appear.
Well,
front of the camp.
basically, just like a large door, and then two separate, two separate walkways. But basically, it looks like it was like an established home and base.
So where you went down, you went into that area that was dark before, but you brought a torch this time. And as you continued down it, it opened up into a more important looking hallway. It was wider, it had more space. On your left-hand side, there was a stone door, a small regular stone door. On your right-hand side, there was a grand archway that opened up, and it looked like another cavern, like a grand, like hall-type cavern was down that way. Then up the back of the hallway, there was a fork going left and right.
I listen to your words. Do you believe this is where the orcs are making their camp?
I believe so. So what I would advise is going through the less formal doorway, and perhaps it would be less of a attack if you were to come
Less
across
dangerous,
orcs
yeah.
that way. Yeah, less dangerous.
Hmm. Well, if you can lead us safely, then yes, by all means. I think we should keep an eye out for that group that went out of there. How many of them did we hear? Could you make out how many you heard, Avalok, just by footfalls?
There were a few, a small sort of group. It wasn't a band or anything like that. But
Maybe
as
that
I
group
said,
of 6.
as I said beforehand, they were running from something.
They were running.
Yes. One of them, that orcish that was screamed down. Whoever was there was running from something. So,
Did it sound to me like they were... Was it a quiet retreat or was it like a rout? That sound we heard earlier. Because some people running away, wildly running away from monsters sounds different than people just quietly making.
It didn't sound like a panic.
Yeah.
But it did sound like it was full on running.
Order. It sounded like the guy that whatever orc was speaking was giving like an order. Was that?
Yes.
Sort of like the sound. Okay. Well, I think now would be a good time to move. We can go check it out before they return.
No, I agree.
Keep an eye out.
I agree. I will lead you to my discovery.
Please go. Please do.
Well, it's coming out of it for me.
Okay.
Osborne, snap out of it.
Yeah, I stand up and throw my wrappers onto the ground. Being a
Did you hear everything was said, or do I need to tell you?
No, I understand. I will follow closely behind Everstone.
I give you a knowing nod. Good, my friend. Stay safe. I look to you and turn and walk. Bark, come. Hi, Tiber. I be coming there. Just dragging his crossbow.
All right. And you go into this hallway that Everstone had indicated and leads you to it. And indeed, as she raises her torch and Avalok casts out his light, you do see that it's more of a grand opening and a grand entrance. There are... it seems that you see more stonework around you. You peer into the right archway, and you do see that it opens up into a what seems to be like a hall or like a great entrance. There is a little bit of writing along the wall here. If anyone notices it and is able to read or write Dwarvish,
do we roll perception to see if we find it?
It's on the wall.
Will we notice? Well, then you
would notice.
I'll notice
It's
and
quite
I will
like,
read it.
Yeah.
For I read Dwarvish.
This writing says, the Fandelver's Pact welcomes you to Wave Echo Mine. And this seems to be like the old grand entrance to the mine, as you guys had come in through a cave-in that happened and kind of burrowed down into the mine network of tunnels that transported deep underground. This seems to be that sunken entrance, more or less. And you do see this great archway, towering above you, like a great stone hall. And further down the hallway, you see a cave-in that has two little openings sprouting off left and right. To your left, there is a stone door.
Well, this seems like the best indicator we've had so far to find this artifact.
What does it smell like here? I want to like does it smell damp? Does it smell like
So the smells in
like,
this
smell like
smells in this
orchid?
cave.
Yeah.
So the smells in this cave are damp, more damp smells.
Mm.
Yeah.
Does it smell like any rotting food or
There is
mud pits or anything like that?
the further
Wherever
you
they
travel
live.
in, the further you travel in, the stranger and the more almost like caustic the smells are in this cave. There is a range of scents like old mildew and mold,
Mm.
like ancient earth, old stone, dust. There's a lot of things, and there also smells like there is death in this cavern. Like there are dead things, like old things of decay, things like that.
And is there like a breeze coming through here, or is it just like still air?
It's quite still.
Yeah.
How tall is the space?
Is the ceiling?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the ceiling's about 6 meters above you. It's quite tall in this hallway.
Keep an eye out for anything odd. Let's try not run into any of more of those ooze things I hear. There's something strange about that, and Avalok, I think you know that smell well, as do I. Corpses.
And usually, scavengers have said corpses. Keep an eye out.
I look over at Park. I give a glance at Park and then move forward.
All right. Where do you?
So, are we going towards this door?
Yeah. So does the door look like it has any sort of regular hinges on it, or is it just like a slab of stone?
No, it's a stone door on hinges.
Okay.
You inspect it, and it's definitely of dwarven make and type.
Mm.
I would like to go through this door first.
Wait, before you do. I would like to investigate. I'd like to see if there are... I don't really have any great in survival. I'd like to see if there are any obvious tracks made at the foot of this door. Is this a regularly used door? Or is this like an ancient standing thing which wasn't opened and perhaps shouldn't be opened, if you get my meaning?
For this, I'll say roll investigation.
Yeah, okay. Natural one. So, GM, what information do I find out?
You take a step forward and you
What
fall
do I
down
believe?
You
What do
get the
I
idea.
strongly believe?
You strongly believe that this door functions as a door, and that it would open if you attempted to open it.
And there is nothing wrong with it.
Yep.
Oh. I'm a fool, Osborne. Go ahead, open the door, and I just walk over brazenly and brashly, confidently, having scanned this door with my amazing intellect and seeing there's nothing wrong with this door at all. I just pull it open.
Okay.
Or
So you
push
pull it open, or do you leave it open for Osborne?
I pull it, but if he doesn't budge, I'm like there's like awkward moment where you like open the door, which doesn't work. Like, okay, I push it.
Yeah. So it's actually it's a push. You go in, and the second that you do, you step into a very, very dark room. But as the door hinges open and your foot enters the room, you see a glyph under your foot light up. And then torches light all around the room, kind of flickering in succession, starting from the door and linking around towards the back.
All right.
I would like to shout at everyone.
I think it's a trap, so I'm just gonna let me know what I'm doing quickly. I just fall back, like
Yep.
like ah.
So you stumble back?
Fall back, flat on my back.
Okay.
As I think I've stepped on
And
the
as you step off the glyph, the glyph fades, and the torches unlight themselves and go back to darkness. And you didn't catch much of a glimpse of what was on there, but there were there were bodies and debris all over the floor of that room.
I'll let the others go. I have another question, but I'll let the others go.
Okay. So you guys all see this. You see as Tiber says, "Yeah, this is fine." Opens the door, steps on it. You see something light up underneath his foot. You see torches light up. You see him quickly panic and recoil, and he pulls back, and the light shrinks back from that room.
I sort of spot the, someone was an abrasion of light, and also a little shriek from Tiber, and I sort of quickly sort of go over. What was that? What did you step on? Looking towards Tiber.
There's a trap in there!
A trap? You'd be dead if it was a trap. I sort of look towards the door.
I avoided it! The fires! Did you still see it? For a split second.
Okay. And the door is still open. The door is still open.
Sorry, I have another question just quickly, because I remember you mentioned something. There's a smell of death here.
Yes, as you open the door, it wafts in.
Oh, okay.
You get a good wafting of decay smell. And there... As Avlaka, you're approaching this now, aren't you? Is that right?
Yeah, he's
walking
next
towards
to
the door. Yeah, after
Give me up.
go to the door.
And as you bring your light towards, you do see at your feet a rune, in like a dwarvish rune, an arcane dwarvish rune. And as your light casts upon the contents of the room, you do see a number of bodies, mostly decayed, but it's almost like these bodies decomposed almost like in a vacuum in this room almost.
Right.
So that stench and that horrible smell is not like a fresh smell of decay, but rather like an old, dusty smell of death. And you see a number of bodies around there, mostly skeletal. Some of them have a few little like bits of rotten flesh or dried bits and pieces still attached to the bones. You see a number of orc, humanoid, and gnome bodies and carcasses. They seem, and many of them have like axes or swords, ancient and corroded weapons kind of sticking out of them, webs and all that kind of stuff, all kind of stuck and clinging to their bodies.
I see.
Does it look as if they've been attacked in that room, or they've just been stored in that room?
So they're very, very decayed. They have like bones free. They look like mostly like skeletons, so it looks like they've been there for a very long time. And it seems as though they were killed here. It seems that from looking around the room, it seems like there was a battle fought in this room.
I sort of put my hand towards...
It's a slaughterhouse.
True.
We've encountered a slaughterhouse here. The place where creatures throw their dead so they can consume it later. And it's trapped.
Wait a second, Tiber, but this glyph. And I want to have a look at the dwarven arcane glyph.
Yeah, so roll Arcana.
Sure.
I slide away from the magics and the potential exploding that might happen. As
like a 14.
Abdullah, you know this enchantment quite well. In fact, you're holding it in your hand. It's a simple light trigger enchantment, but it's got a bit of a dwarvish flavor to it. You're not exactly sure exactly what the link is, but you get the idea that this is just a glyph of convenience that was used in the mine. And knowing from the history of the mine that it has a strong association with magic users from 500 years ago, you know that there were a lot of magic users in this place. And you get the idea that this was just an enchantment of convenience.
And I sort of turn back, it's like, this was no trap. Simply they wanted light within their hall. It was a glyph of light and convenience. A dwarven one.
Are you certain?
It's an old one. Oh yes, I'm certain.
And where are the bodies?
That is something else.
I look around with a worried look.
Okay, and you can't see very far in. You can see like the first few bodies and like the entrance of the room. You do see that there's like a counter in the middle and like workbenches around the far end, It's about 15, 20 meters further in, and it kind of goes off to the sides as well.
Perhaps we should walk a bit further, or I volunteer to walk a bit further, just to see if there are any potential traps beyond our current eyesight.
Well, we both have our lights.
Perhaps not just traps. Keep an eye out for some sort of more of these glyphs. I know some of these glyphs could be have a much more malevolent purpose to them.
True.
Have a look. Let's make our way quietly and carefully.
And while we pass, have a look at the workbenches as well. Might find something.
Of course.
Okay.
Porrick
So are you
is the
entering
first
the room?
one in the door. Yep.
Yeah.
Porrick's first one in the door, looking at the bodies. Doing his thing.
Well, of course. He steps in, the glyph lights up, and torches light the room. He enters the room, he pauses for a sec, looks left and right, waits for a moment, nothing happens. You
I
can
don't know
now
what you're talking about, Siege, you coward. There's nothing here.
Do the lights stay on, or does he have to stay?
And his greedy eyes sparkle as he lounges like a zombie filled, like a zombie moving towards his prey. He moves to the nearest corpse and starts to
Yeah. So as he crosses the glyph, it flares orange, then dulls to a low glow, and you actually see almost like an orange trace go up the doorway along a skirting board that's 3/4 of the way up the wall that kind of connects with those torches, and you see like this thin orange line, providing a warm glow throughout this room. He goes up to the bodies.
he starts to desecrate it.
He starts looking around, and he sees that all of the weapons, equipment, gear is all corroded, all pulled apart. I'm going to have him just roll medicine very quickly.
Alright.
We'll say he's got a +2 or something.
Alright, 16 total with that +2.
Yeah. So he does get the idea that these bodies have been decomposed for a very long time, hundreds of years, and but while he's inspecting them, he sees all these wounds seemingly inflicted in a conflict where there were axes, swords, maces, hammers, all sorts of things. But there are also bite marks and things, and you can actually see some imprints on the bone as well, where things seem to have seemingly picked at the remains of this battle.
It looks like a wolf got at these bones here. Over here and here, some bite marks, but I don't know about any wolves that are down here. Avalok, you know of anything?
Wolves in caves? No, I mean, only if they were kept by something.
And just quickly, does he find any, like, coinage or any sort of goods upon these charred remains? Anything of value? Anything like that?
So, there's a cluster of bodies, like, at the front of the door. Mm-hmm. There's, like, a counter in the middle that seems to have some shelving tucked behind it, and a few other groups of bodies throughout the room. In this group of bodies, he manages to grab a few old coins that don't seem to resemble. So I would say 4 coins, but they're actually they're not of a mint that he recognizes.
Maybe he's just greedily putting it away very secretly, very quickly. You almost didn't see it. Siege comes up behind with the group. Wait, Porrick, these bodies here, they have valuables. I have a few here, but just a coin or here, Cyber, nothing to get excited about. Wait, I look over Avalok. That means whatever killed these things wasn't interested in their goods, was not interested in their coins. So we're not thinking about any sort of sapient being or any sort of being that holds value in coins. Whatever killed these people, I look around.
Beast
is a beast, or perhaps non-caring.
Something you just want, or something of more value was either taken or protected here.
I start looking more paranoid as I'm now like looking at every single corner. Now that I believe we're dealing with some sort of monster that's lurking in the shadows of this great cavern, and we've unleashed it now. We've broken the seal of the tomb, and that this full elf Avalok has unleashed this magic, and now this thing's gonna come down upon us and just kill us all. So yeah, I got my paranoid is up. I'm just constantly.
I think I can't speak for the camp, but I too am paranoid, and I advise everyone perhaps we should be ready for battle if there is something were to strike out into blue.
I get excited seeing that someone else is also like really worried like me. Like yes, indeed, Everstone is correct. She's wise. Listen to her words.
Do you guys
know that this place is cursed?
Sorry, do you guys mind waiting for me for like 1 minute? I'm just not feeling so great. I need to run to the bathroom.
That's right. Avalok, what have you done?
I've done nothing. Tiber, calm down for just a moment. It was the first one to walk through the door.
That being me over here.
And I'm like,
hear Porrick just kind of like shuffling through like bones and like he found like a gold tooth and he's like he's got like a dagger in his hand. He's kind of like chipping away at it carefully, trying to like peel it off the skull of this orc. Yeah, that's right, an orc, a gold tooth. And he's just peeling it off. That'd be me here, Tiber. Porrick, stop it! Stop desecrating these remains. You will call upon spirits. I started getting really freaked out.
Well, I don't know. I didn't feel anything was a particularly untoward unless the dead bodies and the smell.
You just said you don't know all things. You don't know all curses.
Oh.
I look at you, horror on my face.
I know of curses. Don't cast curses. There's a difference. I don't know, Osborne, did you feel anything when, Podrick over here stepped on the glitch?
Surely you must have felt something.
I'm just been like kneeling on the ground, watching you guys go into a frantic frenzy of freaking out, and I'm just watching. I was like, I believe that if something was to happen, we would know about it by now.
Exactly.
We will be fine. But as Everstone did say, we must always be ready to fight.
Yes.
I don't think now is the right time to let our guard down. At least if you want to keep on exploring, I will stay behind and keep my weapons ready if anyone were to strike.
I nod and I say, I will do the same. I move over by Everstone with like the only sane creature in this party. And like, yes, that's right. We need to survive.
Well,
we're smart.
well, seeing that we're in the idea of safety, keeping together would probably be more paramount than splitting up. Just saying.
Yes,
of course.
Yes. So do not move forward. Look how many bodies there are here. They're littered upon the floors.
They're old though. Old corpses.
Exactly. Old corpses which have not been pilfered through until Porrick here. And as a result, that means we are the first in perhaps 100 years to come through these holes. Whatever ancient horror that lurks within these tombs is probably still here, probably still listening to me, to us talking right now. I look around.
I'll just flash.
You probably guessed that I don't probably take too well to being in the dark for very long. That's probably not very good.
I'm
for
getting
me.
that feel.
Yeah. I start seeing ghosts in my shadows. Siege just freaking out. Hanging out with Everstone, who's intelligent and smart and wants to survive, and just trying to persuade Avalok and Osborne to take this situation a bit more seriously. Okay. Because we're probably going to die by some ancient horror.
Okay. What's Porrick, Osborne, and Avalok doing?
Porrick is looting.
Porrick is looting. I am currently kneeling, watching, and trying to calm Siege down.
I'm attempting the same, trying to use logic and reason to trump over shadows in the dark.
So as Porrick is going around the room and looting,
swearing under his breath about the stupidity about his companions.
Porrick then notices a a box that does not have an opening, and he brings it over, and it seems to not have it doesn't open. He brings it to you, Typer, first. He says, I found this here box, and he can't seem to get it open. And he says, I don't know. And you see him, he's got a few tools in his hand trying to like pry it open, but it just doesn't budge. And you can see he's actually bent one of his, like a lockpick he had in his hand.
Yeah, he brings the chest towards me, and he kind of presents it. I don't know, just try to open it there, and he looks at me, he looks at the wild Siege's wild eyes, as I, fearfully look down at this this strange and cold artifact of some sort of doomsday, this bygone era, and he stops and says, "Actually, Avalok," he takes it to you. As I step back, Siege steps back from this whatever thing he is carrying, and Avalok, what's over here? I found this. It looks to be of value, but I cannot open it.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps you could work your, I don't know, help me out here.
Well, just hand it to me if you would.
And he kind of mumbles to you, because we both know Siege is no good here.
Okay. As it touches Avalok's hands, writing appears and glows on it.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. Shakes him.
It appears in Dwarvish.
Everstone, do you go and have a look at this this crate? This box?
Yes, I can have a look, but since it's in is it Elvish?
Dwarvish.
I kind of beckon for you. Wait.
Osborne,
I kind of beckon to you.
that's what it says.
Yeah, I kind of before you leave to go have a look at the box, I'm like, wait, Everstone, don't go. It could be dangerous. Like, obviously very paranoid, but you go and have a look anyway, as you do what you want.
Read the Dwarvish that has appeared on the box itself.
It says, it says on the actual box, it says, you who hold true to the Phandelver's pact may have access. That's all it says.
Well, there's another mention as Phandelver's pact, and apparently if we're in its good graces, then this box should open.
It's a trap, I say to you, just away from the group, not huddling around there.
And it's small, like it's small and slender, and it looks like it would contain, like it's about the size of like this box would open and contain like a 600ml Coke or a wine bottle or something in between that size.
Hold on a second.
Long and rectangular.
Sorry, what was the pack thing again? What pack does it belong to?
It says, it said in the writing, anyone who can speak Dwarvish, but Avalok was the only one who could say, it says, you who stays true to the Phandelver's pact may have access.
Okay, that makes no sense to me, but
yeah.
You guys can decode that. Go ahead.
That's alright, no, well, that's the thing. So yeah, favor with, and I was sort of looking towards the box, so moving around, having a look if there's any more openings or glyphs in itself and so on. So favor for the Phandelver's pact, and then this thing will open, or perhaps this is a key.
Perhaps this is what I was looking for. What was it? The opulent and
Your Everstone amulet.
amulet. There you go.
Yeah, amulet within. Oh.
Perhaps this is the amulet that I was searching for. It makes sense with being such a place where people would fight, as it is of extreme value. Perhaps more than the coins that we were looting. So, with trepidation, I attempt to open the pack. That's okay.
No, I hand it over to you, Everstone.
Okay.
We'll see if this one.
It's more or less. It has It's more or less like a small rectangle with a larger one on top.
Mm-hmm.
And it has a handle on the top. And you pull it. It's firmly shut.
So this is not for me to open. Perhaps one
And
of you...
as it goes into your hands, the writing fades completely. Like the writing is that writing that appeared on it in Dwarvish goes away.
Wait! You see over there? You see Park, the corpse, defiler farmer. You see over here the writings. They've gone. Wait! Everson, give it back. And he kind of like
can I pass
rashly passes it back to. He kind of tries to takes it from you, kind of like rudely almost, and he pushes it towards Avalok, saying, "Wait, Avalok, where's your magics?
No.
Magics."
Okay, here. No.
He shoves it in your hand.
Mm.
Yeah, he shoves it in your hand.
And the writing appears again?
Sorry. As it goes into Parig's hands, no change. As it arrives in Avalok's, again the writing comes up.
You're the chosen one.
Oh, we wouldn't go that far, but obviously there's some kind of achievement going on here.
You see in the corner of your eye the face of Siege just looking over the shoulder of Porik, just kind of like curiosity perhaps getting the better of him. He's just like, he's still afraid, but he just wants to see what's going on.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah,
right.
Keywords.
And right now, at this moment, you hear footsteps running towards you, disorganized and wild sounding. You hear low growls and gurgles coming from the hallway that you are heading down towards, approaching this room. What do you do?
Death is upon us!
As you shout, they stop for a moment. Then you hear like these screams come down from the cavern. And instantly you see a number of decayed corpses arriving at your door. Everyone, roll initiative.
Fucking diver.
Yes!
He's ready.
I am ready! You were fools! You didn't believe me! I told you the monsters were gonna come! I was ready! The dice! Roll for Park as well.
I'm 17, by the way.
Right, Jim.
Alright, I'm thinking Park has a +2, so Park is 13.
Oh, initiative, so I know proficiency.
Okay, so I'm just going to do bracket, because for me it's easier to do the bracket system. So, did anyone get a score between 25 and 20?
Yes.
What'd you get?
Osborne got 25, Siege got 22. What happens if you roll a natural 20 on your initiative?
There's no like critical success for initiative.
Okay.
It just...
Damn it, so Osborne's first.
Yeah. And you're a 22. Okay. Did anyone get 20 to 15?
Yeah.
So I need the numbers.
17.
Same.
Yep. Okay. Oh. Okay. And 17. And who's left? Parig. What do you get?
He got a 13 total. I rolled a 11.
13.
I'm guessing he's +2.
All right. Yeah. Now you start to, as you tear up and you see these things arrive at your doorstep, they are indeed undead corpses that have arrived. You see them with their faces already half devoured. They don't seem to be old and decayed like these ones. They have been here for some time, but recently fresh. You can see them with their faces already half peeled back. You see 3 in front of you. I need to quickly do an initiative counter for them.
So did I get top of initiative on our side?
Yes, I think you did.
Yes, you did.
Cool.
Sorry, 1 second. I'm just flipping to a stat block. But you see them run in, and they start to just descend upon you with a ruthless speed. Yes, Osborne, it's your turn.
Okay. Are they all just like running at us? There's no one going for anyone in particular at the moment.
No, at this
I would
point,
like
they've
to-
just entered the room and they're starting to head towards the group of you.
Okay.
There's probably one heading off towards I would say like Parig. There's one going for Parig. The other two are kind of going towards the cluster of all of you.
Okay, I would like to go and meet the two that are coming towards us,
Okay.
and I will attempt to strike it across the face.
All right. Go
Wait,
ahead.
no, how
and
tall are
use-
they? How tall are they?
Oh, they're humanoid. They're taller.
Oh,
than
well then I attempt to strike it across the gonads.
I knew. Okay.
With a complete fail. There's a +5 on that, so 14 to hit.
Oh, well, 14 hits.
Oh, sweet!
Holy fucking zombies.
Okay, and then I roll a 1d4, 3 plus 3, so that's 6 damage
Okay.
for the first one. And then I would use my 1 key point to do
Okay.
flurry of hits.
Okay,
Or
go
flurry
ahead.
of blows. First one, that hits, that's what, yeah, over 14 that hits. And damage on that one is 6 again, so 12 damage. And third one misses, third attack misses.
Okay.
With a total of
What's the
7.
total? What's the total damage for your go?
12.
Okay. So
And I'll do a strength saving throw.
okay. I'm gonna roll
I'll work the strength saving
strength saving
throw.
throw for the ghoul. That's going to be a 17.
Okay, well then it passes.
Okay.
Yeah. It just chills.
All right. You do a succession of quick hits, and manage to strike it. This one, seemingly human, or previously human, that takes the hits seemingly unaffected, and is now kind of descending upon you, ready to make an attack. Tiber, you're up.
I raise my golden flail to the sky and I say, "To me, my companions!" And I cast 2 spells. One of them is a cantrip, it's a bonus action spell, and the other one is regular action. I'm casting Shield of Faith and Light. So both combining them into one, basically, one spell, basically.
Okay.
Where I
What needs to happen?
no, it just gives me a +2 AC, and that's basically my turn. And as I stand there before this great horde of undead, saying, "To me, my companions, Wakin's light protect us in these depths." As I raise my flail, an aura of lights, golden scintillating lights like coins, and you hear the sound of coins echoing in the distance from some strange corner. As my form is brightened up as a row of a disco ball of coins of energy field kind of appears around me, and it glows and reflects light as I stand there, triumphant in this glory of Wakin, ready to
Okay.
take on the horde. That's it.
All right. Next up. No, it's the ghoul's turn. The ghoul that you saw Osborne go up to, and like with deaf and powerful strikes, kind of seemingly attempt to like disable the undead creature. You see it now, reaching down towards Osborne, and it's going to slash at Osborne with its claws.
Okay.
And you can see it actually has like protruding nails and claws that kind of have a black tinge to them, and you can see this blackness kind of trail through its pallid veins and through its pale skin, and you can kind of see, like, you've seen skeletons before and you've seen zombies before. This is neither. This is an undead creature that seems to have a strength to its step and seems to be empowered and rabid. It's going to roll an attack on you, and that's going to be a 19 to hit.
That definitely slices me.
Okay. That is going to be 6 slashing damage to you.
Okay.
Okay, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh.
with a DC of 10. You need to beat a 10 Constitution saving throw.
Oh, there you go.
Hang on.
As
That's
it
a
hits
plus
you,
1, that's 11.
yeah. So as it hits you, you feel this this necrotic energy fill your body, and you start to feel like your shoulders hunch up, and you feel some awful essence enter your very being, and you feel like, you know, a shiver down your spine. Your soul feels cold. However, you shrug it off, and it has no effect on you. Okay. Next up is I'm gonna say Everstone, because you have a higher dexterity than Avalok.
Okay, so I go to strike the remaining attackers.
Okay. They're all still up.
What's that?
They're all still there, so you can choose any of them.
Well, I'll just go for the one that's closest to me because out of survival instincts.
Okay.
So I choose. Sorry, guys, I'm just choosing my weapon.
That's right.
Can I go for a dagger stab?
Yeah. Okay. So you run up to the closest one, and that's the one that Osborne had just gone up to and run towards, as it was the closest to the group as well. You run up towards it. Go ahead and roll your dagger attack. Okay.
Whoops. Sorry. Second roll's a mistake.
Yep.
So what's that including?
So
Plus?
so where your dagger is, there should be in the next box a plus number.
Yes. Sorry. Oh, sorry. +6.
Okay. Yeah, that definitely hits. Go ahead and roll your dagger damage. And because you've got a friend of yours next to you, you get your sneak attack damage as well.
So,
Nice.
So for your dagger damage, it's a D4. It says on the attack there.
okay.
So the damage for it is on that line as well. So if you go across from there, 1d4, and then add a 4 to it as well.
Okay. Sorry, try to do that then.
Okay.
How many for D4? You just do one, right?
Yep. And you add 4, so that's 5. And now roll 2d6 for your sneak attack damage. Wow. Okay. So you do 14 points of piercing damage to this creature and as you're cutting it, you can see that you're tearing away at what keeps it together. Feel free to describe how you tear it apart and make it die.
Well, I'm filled with anger, so I get the dagger and slice through the middle of it.
Cool. And you just slice it, and it just kind of looks down in its belly as things start to fall out of its belly, and you can kind of see like it remembers its previous life. It looks up at you confused, looks down at its belly as things, and its decayed and infested entrails start to fall out of its body. It looks down and starts to try and put them back in before falling over on top into a heap on the ground.
Evil is
You
evil.
savage. Okay, is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
Is there any additional attacks I can use?
You could use a bonus action to move to the next one and make an attack. If you want to, because you've got 2 daggers that you hold out, don't you? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm almost overly confident with my attack. So then I go and use a second attack on the other closest.
Okay, so you move over to it and go ahead and roll a dagger attack on that.
And that's just D20?
Yep.
Ooh.
You slash at it, and unfortunately, it sees you coming, and it ducks with an unnatural swiftness. You wouldn't expect a risen undead body to be able to move that quickly, but it ducks out of the way, and you can kind of see that this is a intimidatingly strong and swift creature. And I think that's your turn up. Avalok, you're up.
Oh, well, I want to move towards whatever the sort of nearest ghoul thing is, and I want to, with also still holding the magical sort of arcane box in my left hand, use my glass staff in my right hand to like do a one-handed attack against against this
Okay. Yeah, go. So you walk up to it. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Not 20.
Nat 20. Cool.
Nat
It should
20.
deal one-handed because I'm using
Yeah.
holding shit. If I click that. What?
23.
Oh no, that was
What?
that. You rolled another attack roll, and you got another natural 20 on the attack roll.
Oh,
Oh,
So
shit.
you didn't roll damage. You rolled another attack,
Oh, what? Wait,
and you got a nat 20 on that.
I click that one?
No,
There
no,
we go.
no. You click the actual net, and you rolled 19 on that. You click the actual
you
name
wasting
of
your
it.
rolls?
I did, though. That's the...
So not on your character sheet, but in the chat log, you click,
Oh,
you highlight
okay,
it,
where's
and
my
click
first
that for the damage.
Yeah, like that.
Oh,
Wait, what? What?
it doesn't let you do it because it's not on your sheet, Exile.
Oh, there we go. There we go. I did it. That's
So
not
5
the
plus
first one.
1, so that's going to be 10 plus 1, because that's doubled.
Oh, so-
So you do 11 points of bludgeoning damage to this
fuck?
individual.
Yay!
All of the good rolls.
And you,
Jeez.
Exactly.
you see Avalak kind of just stalk up to one swiftly, bringing his quarterstaff around, and just swiftly an echoing crack fills the room, and it kind of echoes down as the connection between his weapon and the skull of this creature leaves a resounding sound throughout the cabin. Is there anything else you want to do?
No, that's it.
Okay. At this point, you hear more footfalls from the commotion, and you get the idea that more are coming very soon. Parig.
I load my crossbow, I whip it out, and I run at the nearest ghoul, the one attacking Avalok, and I stab it in the face with my rapier.
Cool.
That's my rapier attack.
Okay, go ahead and roll a rapier attack.
That's an 18, so that definitely hits.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
And so I think rapier is D6 damage.
It's D8.
D8. Okay, sorry.
Oh.
Max damage.
Okay.
So max damage on that.
Yeah, and roll for sneak attack.
And sneak attack. That's right.
God
But
damn it.
you can't sneak attack on dead. At least in early editions of D&D you couldn't. Can you do it in this
In
one?
this one, you can.
Oh wow, that's cool.
You can sneak attack anything.
So sorry, I rolled an 8 again, but no, wrong roll.
No, you need
so
2d6.
sneak attack. Oh, this one didn't go so well. I'm guessing it was like a +5, so like 11 max.
No, you don't need to roll to hit for sneak attack damage.
You don't? Okay.
No.
So
roll
the
2d6.
damage was
It's just 2d6.
it's just 2d6.
An additional 2d6.
Okay. Slash 2d6.
Okay. So you do 10 points of piercing damage.
Yeah. And as a bonus action, I want to then shoot my crossbow, my hand
Okay.
crossbow.
Yeah,
I
go ahead.
stab it in its eye, and then rend out the acrid juices of its blood and brains and gore sliding out of the rapier. The long blade, and long, like maybe 2 meters long almost. You know, this is a long blade as I then jump back and then smack it in the head with a crossbow attack. Let's go. Oh, that's 20!
Okay,
Great.
go ahead and roll d6 crossbow damage.
D6.
Then double it.
Max damage!
Oh my
Dude,
god.
12 points of
alright,
crossbow
and-
damage.
Okay.
Yeah, it's defeated. So describe
What
how
about-
Parig
Is there
destroys
this
this
question?
creature.
Is there sneak attack? Is there sneak attack for?
No, because you get
Only
sneak
once.
attack once per turn.
All right, so that's next. Yeah, okay. So yeah, and then jump back. Going, oh, you bastards! And I turn the crossbow sideways, like gangster style, and I shoot it to the crossbow. It hits through the eye, completely wrecking its skull as its head was not properly attached to its body. As the head tumbles back, the frail body of this ghoul starts to twitch and wrangle around, grasping at Avalok, still this headless thing, until Avalok just like, what do you do, Avalok? It's this thing grasping at you, this weak thing.
I stare it down while it dies. I just look at it as
Yeah,
it
it
dies.
just starts to I lose energy and falls to your feet, like the pitiful thing that it was.
Nope, staring.
And Porrick looks down at this thing and eyes its form to see if it has any coins upon this person. That's his enemy's turn.
All right.
Greed, wild.
And as this is happening, as he slays it and you see him cut it down, you see 2 more enter the room.
More of them! So how many, quickly, just how many,
Are in the room right now?
ghouls are in the room?
So there are 3 in the room. You killed 2.
Okay.
There was 1 of the original group, and 2 more have just arrived.
Okay, cool.
More.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Osborne, you're up.
Woohoo! Back to the top.
So there is one. There is one ghoul over next to Everstone, and you can just see Parik decimating one. There's 2 now in the doorway entrance.
Has Everstone already attacked the one that?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, that's one she missed. Okay, yeah. I think my character thinks that Everstone is in danger, being in front of this undead pale ass thing that looks quite similar to me in real life. Run over to this thing and perform some unarmed attacks on it.
Roll your attack.
Yeah, it's like hairless webs.
Oh. Oh,
That's a 15 to hit.
15 hits.
D4. And 5 damage
Yep.
on the first one, and I'll spend a key point
Yep.
to do some flurry of blows.
Okay. So you use your bonus action. You use your bonus action to make 2 more attacks. Unfortunately,
Correct.
the first one doesn't hit.
The second one doesn't
the
hit
total?
either.
What's the total?
Oh, wait. No, doesn't. 11.
No, that unfortunately doesn't hit. You strike it once, slamming it in the side. However, you're following 2. However quick, it again is extremely agile. Okay. Tiber, you're up.
Siege Tiber, yes! I just stand there, my companions are fighting off this horde of undead. I boom out, my voice changing, sounding similar to Dark Queen Galadriel from Lord of the Rings as I hear words booming out. Birds of decay, cower before the lady's light. It's like undead, turn undead. Boom.
Okay.
Oh,
So what
good,
happens?
yeah.
30 feet surrounding me. Every undead creature of the darkness has to make a wisdom saving throw against 12, or flee and cower from the light of heaven as I stand there holding my clutching my flail while Kirza burns and brightly sizzles. A purifying light. My eyes are light with
Badass
fire.
Alrighty. Okay, I'm gonna roll 3 wisdom saves.
Cower before the lights of the lady.
Those are 3 fails.
Alright, so they basically have to do everything they can to flee in utter terror of me for 1 minute. So it's 10 rounds. For 10 rounds.
Okay. Alright. And okay, I'll keep that in mind.
And they remain turned until they take damage. So if you do damage, then they get back to normal. But essentially, yeah, they're running.
Okay. Those 2 in the doorway instantly scream and depart. They scream and running back off into the
like it sounds silly for me, but like it sounds like really weird and otherworldly, like like Galadriel from Lord of the Rings, like like it echoes. The light is filling. It's like it's bouncing off the walls. I mean, I look like the sun here.
Yeah. And as the one that Avalak and Everstone were fighting together, that one again also instantly shrieks and heads for the door. However, as it starts to leave, both Everstone and Osborne could make opportunity attacks if they choose.
Indeed.
I choose to make it because I'm scared that they will report our presence.
Cool.
So I go for
Okay, go ahead and roll.
They're monsters,
roll
and they should be
yeah.
killed.
Ooh.
Well, what's your bonus?
For the dagger damage
Yeah.
or what?
Oh, just the to hit, the attack bonus. It's the second box on your line of your dagger in the middle. You know that box in the middle with your dagger on it?
Oh, you mean like?
It's got like a +6 or 7 or something.
Oh, which one?
Your dagger that you're
Oh, 6.
Yeah, unfortunately it doesn't hit. Osborne, are you making an attack?
I will not. I have been distracted by this burning, searing light off to the left.
Okay.
And I do not notice the...
Okay, and you notice that the ghoul is going to go flee, and it just runs. It runs off into the distance, out of the doorway, and you can hear them now screaming and scrambling back towards the cavern until it is once again.
I give
quiet.
chase.
It-
From me as I run after them.
Oh, Tozer, I can actually opportunity attack as well because I got Warcaster. Because that provoked when they moved. So it procs it.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Magic missile!
I turn my hands outwards.
Is it max level?
Like I said, oh no, I don't have any level 2 slots anymore.
Okay. So the one that was just that final one that was leaving the doorway.
Yeah, whatever I can see. Oh, and
Okay.
whoops, I didn't do that right, so I'll just
Okay.
roll. It's alright, man.
Yeah.
Alright. So
You get a 3, a 2, and a 4.
yes. All directed towards the one trying to flee. And how I do it, I still have like clumps of my glass stuff, but instead, because I've got my hands full, I just thunder across the ground and basically, they protrude from the staff and hit it.
Okay. As you cast it and those arcane missiles kind of shred towards it, kind of flaying up its body, it stops, crouches low to the ground. You see a blackness go over its eyes, and it starts to just Is it right, Tiber, that if they take damage, the effect ends? Is that right? Okay, so it hunkers low to the ground. It instantly leaps, running towards Avalok. As it's passing you, Tiber, you could probably get an opportunity attack on it as well.
Oh yes, absolutely. I will.
It's now a
That
deadly
flail.
on going towards Avalok. Okay, go ahead and make your attack.
Bro, creature. Oh no, not great. That's like a 5.
Nah, it doesn't hit.
I'm just too. I'm
Too
just
excited.
spun around. I'm just like this thing just walks and runs by me. I swing my flare out of it, but I'm too distracted by the glorious moment.
By your burning hatred on the
And
rest
by
of
the
them.
2 running from the door, I actually chase them. So
Okay, so as you're running, you kind of go for a hit on this guy, and you continue to run out the door. All right, continuing with the initiative order. Everstone, it's your turn. You've just seen 2 of the ghouls kind of run out of the door. You've tried to attack one of them that tried to leave. It then went to the door, but as Avalok hit it with some magic, it then turned around and went back to attack the elf.
Okay, so I want to attack this ghoul then.
Okay.
So can I just dagger attack?
Yeah.
I'll see what I get with that. 11.
Yeah.
So I have 17.
Yeah, so that would hit. Go ahead and roll your dagger damage.
Is that just a D20 again?
No, your dagger is a d4.
Oh, sorry guys.
So that's alright. All the attack damage is all here.
So I press buttons and press the wrong one, it's all good.
Oh, so yeah, no, it's a d4.
Okay. Just one for that.
Yeah.
Sorry about this, guys.
So it just has it there.
not a problem.
Alright, only get a 2. It's
So-
not good.
That's okay, but what's your plus? Is it? You got a +4 on that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 6. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, that just manages to defeat it. Okay, so go ahead and say how you've slain it.
Badass
Well,
motherfucker.
I came through the shoulder, and it actually ended up cutting through to 3/4, almost through the ribs.
Cool, and you just kind of did it.
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah!
All right, and
Nice.
all right. Okay, I'm going to say that initiative order and battle is mostly ended, except for Tiber, who has dashed
Who's
out of the
in hot
hallway
pursuit.
in hot pursuit of these creatures. You can see them now. They've made it down to the end of the hallway. You're at the doorway. They're still within about 30 feet of you.
I chase them, screaming at them.
Okay,
Go
go ahead and
say
roll.
things like back to the darkness with you, foul demons of the underworld. And I just like all this kind of stuff. I just yell at them and be like, my intention is like these things have obviously been conjured up by some sort of foul necromancer like whatchamacallit, like Iano and other foul creatures, other cretins like that, and followers of the dark arts. So I'm convinced that these things are running back to their master, and I'm swinging that flail, and that flail's gonna taste some necromancer ass. So that's my intention. I'm gonna chase these ghouls until they get back to the necromancer. That's yeah.
Okay.
That's gonna happen.
So I want to do here just to see if you can catch them.
Yep.
I'll do a contested athletics.
Yep.
The two of them.
I'm not wearing armor now, so.
Oh, speedy time.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit speedy now.
Okay.
I got a 7 with athletics. Damn it, that's 0. It's a 7.
So you manage to catch one as it stumbles over one of the cave-ins. However, the other one scampers off, and it remains 30 feet in front of you. However, you manage to catch up to one of them. What do you do?
I'm off 2 minds. I'll probably. I want to kick it. I don't want to kill it, but I want to kick it. Like, flee! Like I want these things to lead me. I want to follow these things. So
Okay,
I'm convinced that they're gonna lead me back to whatever spawned them. So
Okay.
I'm gonna like maybe kick it. So maybe like an unarmed attack.
Okay, yeah, roll a d20.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't want to do any sort of lethal damage. I just want to like kick it and like hit it.
Okay, yeah. And you connect with it. It screams, scampering off. Its eyes wide in fear of you, kind of scampering off like Gollum.
To the den of your creation! Like my voice is still molded. The rest of the guys are just hearing like these strangely distorted screams of this man.
Yeah.
Running off
okay.
into the distance.
All right, and what are the rest of you doing?
Oh,
You see kind of Tiber into this like holy bloodlust against these undead creatures, tearing Alpha out of the room, screaming and shouting as Everstone has just kind of cut through the last one as it was like mid-leap towards Avalak. She's just kind of sliced across its shoulder and the back, kind of splitting it, its momentum kind of stopping mid-air, falling into 2 barely connected pieces.
I was just like, thank you.
It has gotten a lot darker. Just to note to you guys, it has gone a lot darker because I was shining like the sun, and I still am, but I just left the room, so it's yeah.
And
I'm going to be following him.
Yeah, no, we best follow Ty before, well,
Do we have enough athletics to catch up to him?
I would say you guys are more or less like a turn, but if you all move out towards him, you kind of see him at the end of the hallway kicking a ghoul.
Bang!
Yeah, so are you guys following him up?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so you all follow out. You can kind of see, run, you little shit, back to your maker. And he's kicking it, and it's running off like, I promised my maker, and all running off. And okay, and so you continue to chase. It leads you down a hallway. You can kind of see the scampering edges of its feet as it goes down the tunnels. You can kind of see it fade into the darkness as you keep running up to it. Sometimes you see it, you catch it tripping over rocks, and you keep booting it down the hallway, kind of tumbling down, literally
I feel
like Smeagol.
invigorated. Like there's no fear in my heart. I just feel like I am an agent of the god of Joaquin, and I'm just like moving down, like kicking this thing, letting it lead me to whatever den where I may purge and burn all before me. I'm just, I don't know.
Yeah.
It looked like I've snapped.
Okay. As you're running, you hear a thunderous crash. You're now getting closer to the source of that crashing noise. You continue to run, and it now scampers off into a grand hallway with many broken and collapsed tables all around it, a very high ceiling, perhaps 20 meters tall. As you enter and you cast your light out, you see that it scampers off, hiding now behind many of the pillars and other objects that clutter this room. And as you cast your light out, you see multiple pairs of eyes catch the light that you are casting.
The darkness shall not hide you!
And you see a number of more of these creatures, and they are descending upon you.
Come upon me!
Now that a minute has passed, you now see 4 of these creatures in total.
Alright.
Now descending down upon you. I'm going to redo initiative order here. Actually, I'll keep your old initiative order. But just for creatures, I'm going to redo the creatures because they've now come. And as you cast your light out, you see 8 pairs of eyes kind of all are scattered around as you see this wide, grand, open hall. And you get this is where, in the mine, the denizens of the mine, those who did business under the Fandelver's Pact, they would all kind of share meals here and rest, trade stories and such. But now their bodies are the ones that are coming back to kill you.
And I shall put it back into the ground where they belong.
Indeed. As you can hear your companions hurried up behind you, about 20 feet behind you, it is your turn as you now see 4 undead individuals in front of you.
Yes. As they come descending upon me, I once again cast out my symbol and burn them with the lights, turning them again. That's my first action.
Okay.
The light shall not be burnt. The light shall not be consumed. As more like this fiery light just cast at them. So, some saving throws.
I'm gonna roll for. I'm just doing that so I can actually separate my. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. All of them except 1. So that one you were kicking is just still running from you. the pain of your boot still fresh in its ass. It still scampers off, scrawling further and further away from you. However, 3 of them kind of shield their faces to the light. However, out of spite, claw their way through the darkness, descending down upon you. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
With that then...
that would have been your action? I think you've still got bonus.
Yeah. I suppose for dramatic effect I might cast another light just around me.
Okay, cool.
And then just prepare myself for the onslaught, ready to do justice to things.
Alrighty. Alright. Next up, Osborne.
Okay.
You see Tiber about 20 feet in front of you, and these ghoul creatures now descending upon him, but they're a little ways up. You guys are in a narrow hallway, but it opens up. You can probably get 2 people side by side in this hallway, but other than that, it'll be difficult to kind of move around. You can see Tiber now. He'd stepped forward, casting his weapon up high and casting a divine light to burn and turn these undead foes, but now they're descending upon him. They're about 40 or 45 feet away. They're rapidly descending upon him as the source of the light and the danger. You're about 20 feet behind him.
Okay, so I won't make it.
You could, sorry, if it interests you, I'm not sure if you know this, but you can actually move and ready an action to trigger, if you'd like to do that. I just thought I should mention it so you guys know you can do more stuff.
Okay.
So say you can be like, I want to delay my action until something comes past me that I can attack, then you can actually use your attack action.
Oh, sweet.
So you can move up and ready yourself.
Yeah,
it's the same way like you kind of get yourself up and you say, I want to dodge, or like prepare myself for attack and dodge. You can say, I want to go up and trip and hold my action until you say the trigger. Anytime that trigger happens before your next turn, you can say, and I do my action now. And even if that trigger doesn't happen, you can give up on the trigger and just decide, no, I just want to do my action now. You can kind of jump in when you're holding your turn, like that.
Okay. Alright, well, I'm going to go up and stand next to the benevolent light.
Yep.
And I'm ready an attack for whoever comes into range first.
Okay. So I'll keep that in mind if a ghoul comes up into range. And in fact, it now does, as one of these ghouls now, seemingly swifter than the others. You can see a black ichor coursing through its veins, and its eyes all covered in black, now comes out leaping towards and just seeming like attempting to ignore you, going straight up into the source of this light, kind of leaping up towards its face, and now would be the time that your attack would trigger. So go ahead and make your attack.
Sweet. 16 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
And 6 damage.
Okay. All right.
And I won't be spending any key points.
Okay.
So that'll be my turn.
Cool. Sorry, how much damage? 6.
6, yeah.
Alrighty. As a note to all of you right now, you hear 2 big thuds, huge, heavy footfalls, similar to that of those of you that witnessed the approach of the ogre in the Neverwinter Forest. You feel the ground shake. You get the idea that a large creature is approaching. Next up, Everstone. It's your turn. There are three undead approaching the group. There is one that's being fought up ahead with 2 of your friends, but the rest of them are off in the distance approaching all of you. What do you do?
Am I in striking distance if I use a bow and arrow?
You are actually.
Okay, so I will do that.
Okay. Are you going to attack the one that's already up at your group, or are you going to attack the ones that are approaching?
I'm going to go for the ones that are approaching.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll your bow attack with a d20.
Hold on one moment. Sorry, my iPad's stuffing up. Alright. Ooh.
What's the bonus on your character sheet?
For bow and arrow, or short bow, is +6, so it's
14? 14 hits. Yeah, go ahead and roll your short bow damage, which is a d6. Oh, cool. And do you get a +4 on that as well?
For what?
For your short bow?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1d6 +4? Cool. So you do 10 points of piercing damage to...
Does she get sneak attack, or is that only with daggers?
No, so sneak attack will apply if she has advantage on the attack, or if one of her friends is next to the creature.
And is she attacking the one that I'm just hit?
The one that was approaching running towards you all.
Right.
Okay. So you do that. Is there anything else you want to do?
Right now,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that does some damage, so I just look at the remaining ghouls.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Avalak, you're up.
So similar thing was I moved towards a Tiber, get to the side and cast another magic missile upon well, depending whatever's sort of closest to the ghoul.
Okay. So the one that he and Osborne are fighting.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Go ahead and roll the damage depending on the level.
Just a level 1, so a 3, a 2, and a 3.
3, 2, and 3. Cool. All the same guy.
Yeah, all the same guy.
7 damage.
Very
No, that's 8 damage. 8 damage, 18. Yes, you managed to defeat that one. Feel free to describe that.
Well, it very still was before, so doing a move up to Tiber, and as still grasping was at the box in my left hand. Yeah, thud my glass staff once again, and arcane energy sort of spark, and then all of a sudden was it 3 tendrils spark, arcane missiles just pierce through the air, whatever, and clashing into this ghoul, whatever, and ripping one of its arms off, as well as one of the actual missiles coming back and going. Was it around and then back through the skull and then right through the outside and then just dissipating into the cave?
Okay. Cool. Nice. And it is dead. Alright, Parig.
Hi. I run in there and shoot my crossbow at one of these ghouls here.
Alrighty.
So that'll probably be my main action. Everything.
Yep.
Or 17 to hit.
17 to hit, that definitely hits. Go ahead and roll the d6 damage.
Okay. It's a 4 damage. Maybe like +2, I think, maybe with crossbow.
No, actually, no. Actually, yeah, we'll chuck that on. We'll chuck that on.
Okay. 6 damage total.
6 damage.
Alright.
Alrighty.
Right in there.
So anything else you want to do as a bonus action or movement?
Probably dash. Dash forward.
Dash forward into the melee?
Into the melee. With
Cool.
my great rapier outstretched.
Alright. You see him
Fine,
fire
weapon.
off a shot, then kind of unsheath his sword, kind of streaking forward further into that dim cavern. He's kind of singling out one of the ghouls off to the right.
Getting ready to stab it through the head.
Yeah. And you can kind of see his face now kind of put on that kind of vicious bar-brawling visage, as you can see him now in kind of a more furious state,
In
rather than
stark
that kind,
contrast
friendly
to
smile.
Yeah, in stark contrast to the elegant weapon he has in his hand, just this brutish thug man farmer wielding such an elegant weapon as a rapier. I mean, especially to Avalok, rapier isn't a very common elvish weapon.
Yeah, definitely. All right. It's now going to be that ghoul's turn, and seeing Avalok now approach him, it's now going to be seeing Parig approach this undead creature. It's just going to lash out forward quicker than Parig would seemingly be able to anticipate, and is going to roll out with its claws.
Alright.
And that's going to be a 17 to hit, which I know would hit. And that's going to be... He takes 4 slashing damage. And don't worry, I'll track his HP.
No worries. As the ghoul comes down and slashes at him, Pork raises his arm against it, but that's the same arm which has been diseased. It was not conceived, but was burned with acid before. As the wound reopened, as now wounds are inflicted upon his poor arm. I, son of a mother's whore, straight back.
Yeah, cool. I also need Parik to make a DC 10 Constitution save.
Oh, but
He shrugs it off.
He shrugs it off. He's a farmer. He knows grime and gruel and disease. The amount of corpses he's, fondled with. He knows. He knows how to get around that. That disease. That's not his enemy. That's his friend.
Statham, isn't it?
Yes.
Alrighty.
John Statham.
Tiber, you're up again.
As I see these minions around me,
and you do hear those
club
footfalls
them.
get closer and closer, and towards the opposite end of this great hall you see a cavern with stairs leading down into this hallway, as it seems like a central meeting chamber. You do see a faint torchlight on the far end of...
I hear the footfalls, but I'm perhaps a little bit too distracted by the minions before me.
Exactly.
Needing of the justice of Wakir as I swing my flail at them and do my damage.
Alright, so
hit.
So you move up, your attack
18
definitely hits. Definitely go ahead and roll your fire damage.
With my damage, that's a 4 damage. As I come and clobber it ahead. The singing flail, an angelic presence about it as it sings through the air. It does 4 damage.
Okay, you strike it across the skull, and you hear again another crack as you hear bone shatter beneath its thin, pale skin.
Swipes against me, but I push it back with my shield, ready to get a better blow. Justice!
And you see it now, like scrambling on the ground, like struggling to hold itself together. You can see that both its arms have been broken by its fall onto the ground, and its body is fragile. Do you want to do anything else with your turn?
I think that's all I can do right now. So that's
all right.
it.
Yeah, cool. Osborne, you're up.
Oh, sweet. He's not knocked prone, is he? He's just like on the ground.
No, he's struggling, and he's further up. So the one in front of you has been slain, as you saw those familiar, very, very familiar magic missiles streak over your head, slashing it up and destroying the body. And then you saw Tiber run forward further into the darkness as Parig and Tiber have kind of charged forward out into the darkness, attacking separate undead entities.
Right, okay. I want to go to the one that is in front of our dear Siege.
Yep.
The one that Siege is just punished, and make a unarmed attack on that.
Okay, smack him.
armor smack a bitch. If I can. No, I can't. It's only 10.
That
10.
unfortunately doesn't hit.
10 to hit. I can't.
If you want, you can use your bonus action to make one other unarmed attack, but you won't be able to then use a bonus action for flurry or anything. But you could still throw another punch with your bonus.
Oh, I can?
You unfortunately, but you wouldn't get your damage bonus.
I wouldn't get the damage.
It would use the 2-weapon fighting rules. Anyway, it's fine. You can roll another attack.
Oh, sweet, then I'm going to do that. And have the dice roll for about a year.
Oh, you're lagging.
15.
15. Okay, yeah, that definitely hits. Go ahead and roll your 1d4. You won't get any bonus other than the 1d4, though, is what I'm saying.
Oh, so I won't get the +3 that's on the 1d4?
No.
Okay, so that's 2 damage then.
Cool, 2 damage with your offhand, as you swing, kind of bringing your balance back around.
Yep.
You actually, it was very, very weak looking, and you just managed to put it down with that offhand jab. As it was kind of struggling to kind of pull itself back together, you see Osborne kind of come up and describe how you quickly and swiftly put it back down.
I'm running up to this ghoulish creature that is struggling to stand, and I try and do a jumping kick at it, and I miss completely, falling flat on my ass, fuck, and then I reach my left hand out to smack it as hard as I can, and kind of hit a rock on the way, and jab my arm, and just kind of give it a little love tap on the back, and then, bah! Give it a backhand, and it dies.
Nice. Okay.
Yes, your
You've
doom
slain
is
it.
upon you, servants of the dark. See Osborne, deal with this thing.
Okay. Everstone, you're up.
Okay, so how many remaining goals are there now?
There's 2. There's one that's running up towards you guys, and it's one that your friend, the guy with the rapier, the farmer-looking guy, and there's one that's running off in the distance, still terrified from the spell that was cast on it. You can hear it kind of scrolling and screaming out in the darkness.
Okay, well, I think I have total confidence in the pack of us that we're able to handle the one that's going to come towards us, but I am alarmed that the one that's going to escape is going to alarm others. So I want to stop it in its tracks. So I therefore run up to it. And can I run up to it and try and stab, or do I have to?
It's quite far away because it's been running away this whole time. Roll a quick perception check.
15.
Okay. Do you have a perception bonus?
I think so, +2.
Okay. Yeah, you run out forward, kind of away from the other fray that's around you, and
Keep your dragon overhead.
and you do manage to see it. It's actually started to crawl up one of the walls. It's trying to hide in one of the little cracks in the rock. It's probably about 50 or 60 feet away after you move. It's kind of gone down all the way down the end of one of the other ends of the hall.
Okay, so am I able to strike it with a short bow?
Yeah, definitely.
Legolas, that shit.
Okay, so that's what I'll attempt anyway.
Okay, go ahead and roll it. Oh, nice.
Oh,
Yeah, that would definitely hit. Go ahead and roll your d6 crossbow. Cool. So knowing that, or being afraid that this thing would go and run back and alert other things, you track it down in the darkness of this great cavern hall. You run down to the end, you line it up, you see it kind of hiding fearfully behind the gap in between 2 rocks halfway up the wall. You shoot it, and the arrow collides with it straight in, and you do 8 points, I believe, of piercing damage to it. And at which point you can see it starts to fumble and scamper down the wall, no longer afraid, and starts to run with a blackness over its eyes, now running straight towards you. Now, the ghoul that is in front of Parik is going to. You see the ghoul in front of Parig stop for 1 second. You see its eyes, kind of where its eyes were kind of its dead former lives' eyes. You see those eyes glaze over in a blackness, and makes another attack at Parig.
Okay.
That hits.
Oh. Does hit.
That's another 4 slashing to him. Can you make a DC 10 con save for him again?
I will. Oh, that's a 9. I don't know if he has any modifiers on his con, so you have to check his sheet for me.
Okay.
Okay, I've got it.
He does. He just makes the save.
Of course he does.
As you see a black ichor kind of go into his hand for a second. However,
as once again he raises that arm, that horribly
and he
mutilated
shakes it
arm,
loose, you know.
and he shakes this thing, bites against it. He's like, "Oh, son of God!" He starts bashing over the head, but like it doesn't do any damage to him as this thing's trying to get this thing off his head.
Yeah.
It's like ramming into it.
I just need 1 minute.
Ah, Avalok, get this thing off.
You're doing fine. Continue.
He's like punching this thing into his thing's
Yeah.
his poor arm is just.
Yeah, he's like shaking it off, totally fed up with the amount of strange toxins and things that seem to be like trying to get through his skin.
Yeah,
With a chorus of curses, you hear him absolutely like just lash out and start to. You see him get like viciously flailing this rapier at him, like just stabbing like aggressively towards it.
He's actually dropped it and he's actually trying to punch this thing off it.
Nice. Alright, Avalok, you're up.
Right.
And the footsteps now get louder and louder, and you see that a large creature is now coming down from the stairs opposite you across this hall. It's about 100 feet away. It's a very large chamber. You can't make out exactly what it is this far away because it's 100 feet. But you do get it that it is large, about 8 or 9 feet tall.
And I sort of spy this off in the distance and win slightly, but see that Porter's still battling with this other ghoul. I sort of move towards him and then bash this thing with my glass staff. One-handed stars. Alright,
Okay.
and this time I fuck it up.
Okay. Sorry, which one was it? The one with Parik?
Yeah, the pirate.
The one
Yeah, cool.
Parik's arm. Oh, that's a hit.
And what do six?
Go ahead and roll your attack. Sorry, go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, it's only 2 damage.
Okay, so you managed to do 2 damage to it, and it just cops it, seemingly unaffected. Just kind of
slap in the skull again for nothing.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to do anything else with your turn?
No.
Okay. It's Parik's turn again.
As this thing is chewing on my arm, I'm gonna do what I can do best. I'm gonna like drop whatever things I have in my hands and just like start to wrestle this thing and try to like literally it's chewing my arm. I'm gonna try and like jump on its back and like try to put it in a sleeper hold and just like literally on the floor wrestling around this thing. This thing is just like clawing at me. I'm just trying to like hold it and like choke it out.
Okay.
So essentially for the mechanics, I'm going to be doing a setup. So basically someone else who's going to attack this thing is going to get advantage. That's going to be my turn. As I'm just wrestling, he's like, "Oh, you bastard! He's like, starts biting his thing's ear.
Yeah, cool. Alright, that's Parik's turn. Tybat, it is now your turn.
Alright, when I see this thing being held down by Parik, you know what's going to happen? That flail is going to come down on him.
Cool.
Oh,
no, fucking isn't.
Oh, natural one.
I do have advantage, but that's a cell. So.
Oh yeah, you do have advantage. Roll again.
Roll again. That's an 11 total.
Okay, unfortunately, it doesn't hit.
Alright. As this thing is scrolling around, I'm trying to get a good hit. As Porrick is on the floor wrestling this thing, I'm like, bring my flail down, but it like hits the stone floor. Chunks of stone fly everywhere. As once again, I'm trying to, not hit Porrick, but kill this thing. As this thing is just, it's like Frodo and Gollum, kind of like.
Yeah,
on each
absolutely.
other.
That's exactly how I thought.
Yeah. And as a bonus action, I spit on it. both spit on it. So that's it.
Yes. Osborne, you're up.
Okay. I take it the one that just got spat on is still good and healthy.
You see, it seems to be wrestling with Parag and having no trouble yet.
So I have a quick mechanics question. Sorry. Is the advantage setup thing, is that until the next turn, or is that for only one person?
You know what? Let's check that. I'm actually not sure. I'll just go over my player's handbook and
I can actually do it quickly.
have a look in there.
Have a look,
All right.
Race.
You can go Orc Pub, actually. Orc Pub site might actually be good. They have a rules search as well. I'm just using the index of the... So action... Help action, page 192 of Player's Handbook. Help. The creature you aid gains advantage on the next ability check. Alternatively, you can aid an attacking creature in combat. You feint, distract the target, something. If your ally attacks the target before your next turn, the first attack roll is made with it. So it's
okay, yeah, it's ready to use up. All right, cool.
Yep.
Sweet. All right. So
cool. Good question. I'm glad we covered that.
I want to go to the one that has been so maliciously spat on.
Yeah.
And make an unarmed attack on that with an 11 to hit.
11 to hit, unfortunately, doesn't hit.
Okay.
You can still swing with your offhand.
Yeah, I'll swing with the offhand.
Okay. Fortunately, doesn't hit either.
No, I can get this thing off him.
It's with you now.
All right.
Get this thing off me!
Okay. Now at this point, you now see this hulking creature come down towards you. It's now about 30 or 40, or 30 or 40 feet away from you now, Tiber, Parag, and Osborne, as you're all crowding around this one ghoul that's like quite dexterously dodging and evading all of you and swiping out viciously. You see this hulking, diseased and decayed ogre now in front of you, towering over you, holding a huge part of debris. It seems to be a wooden beam with a stone socket at the end. It's now towering above all of you. You see it now just kind of run up into the light that you've been casting, seemingly ready to join the fray as well. On the other side of this hall, where Everstone had tracked down the remaining ghoul that was fleeing, upon hitting it with an arrow, a blackness came over its eyes and it started leaping towards you and started leaping towards Everstone and descending upon her. It is going to attack you, Everstone, with its claws and roll a natural 20.
Oh shit.
So it is going to do to you 11 points of slashing damage. So you've taken 11 damage. Go ahead and mark that off. I love you. Well, how much health do you have?
I've got 9. Did I have to recover the 6?
Did you roll hit dice when you rested?
No.
No. So you got 9 health left. Is that right?
Yeah, because my boyfriend didn't tell me to do that.
I said, I specifically said. It's because you're on your phone, hidden behind the pillow, thinking I couldn't see. Okay. So I need you to roll a d10 as well, because you feel this essence of undeath starts to creep into your body as the claws sink in to your scales. Sorry, I meant a 1d20. Sorry, ignore that. Sorry, you need to beat a 10. Okay, so you're fine. You feel this as it sinks into you and digs its claws down your body. You feel like a coldness creep in from it, and you can kind of see this blackness on its veins kind of creeping into you. You get this very cold, shuddering feeling, but you kind of bat its hand away, and it seems to not take effect on you. All right. Next up, it is your turn now.
Okay. So wait, can I react much, or am I on really low health, or what?
You can still fight. You can still fight. You're just notably wounded now.
Okay, so I'm gonna just deal with the immediate danger and attack it with the dagger.
Cool. All right, roll your dagger attack.
Ooh, shit.
What's your bonus?
So that's a 12.
That just hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
That's D6, right?
Sorry?
D4, sorry.
Yeah, D4.
Ooh.
1. And what's your damage bonus on that?
4.
Yep. So 5 points of damage to that one. Okay. Next up, Avalok. You've just seen this giant undead creature with a huge wooden plank and stone attachment to the end of it into the fray as 3 of your companions are all brawling with a ghoul off to the right-hand side as this undead now approaches the scene, kind of lumbering towards all of them. It's about, from you, it's about probably 40 or 50 feet.
And in seeing this hulking mass, hulking mass, and seeing that to be, the most predominant sort of threat here, I look towards and I want to, cast Chromatic Orb. It will last about level 2 slots as well, because I want to cast it at level 2, because I need to kill it. Destroy it. And it's going... Alright, so now I'm going to see if I hit. Come on.
Roll your ranged skeleton.
Oh!
Fuck!
Oh, wow.
Wow. Yep.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
Potent dice!
Okay.
Nope, I can't.
And just as a note, because you had a short rest before, you would have got half your level worth of slots back.
Oh, yeah, but as I said, I'm running low still because I used a few beforehand.
Yeah, cool. Alrighty.
Do I get hit?
No, because his target is far away. He's going for the ogre that's kind of just approached. However, it just whizzes straight over its head, and seeing this light now whiz past it with humming energy, it turns its head, looking towards you, Avalok, and stalk towards you, dragging itself left and right. All right. Now it is Porrig's turn. Still fighting that ghoul.
Yep. That's probably going to be the same action. I'm just going to try to wrestle with it.
He's gonna keep wrestling.
Cool. This
All right.
incredibly distracting. Like this big ogre of death is kind of approaching us, but like we're Siege at least a bit too distracted with this thing clawing at his minion, and he can't have that. So that's pretty much it.
Alrighty. It is now that ghoul's turn. It's going
to.
Sorry.
I think I can do a crossbow attack on it.
That's right. Sorry. As a bonus action, you can.
As a bonus, yeah. So he's like wrestling with it. He tries to like load his crossbow in one hand. He's just trying to point it at it, and he just gets it. I probably gonna be disadvantaged, but like I don't know. It's up to
Oh no, because he's got a crossbow expert feat, he doesn't get disadvantage in melee. He can use that in melee.
Well, that's a 16.
That definitely hits, and he's got
Get it
allies.
off me!
So he'll get sneak attack for that too.
Oh, he will.
yeah.
Oh my god.
So
Okay. And now it's 2d6. Okay.
yeah.
What? I can't. Damn it. Alright. Dash,
Try it again.
Yeah.
Very
Much
nice.
max damage.
16 points of damage. Yeah, describe how Porrig defeats it.
Alright, so as you guys are failing to get this thing off me, like, help me! gets a crossbow point pointed at himself, and then then the ghoul and himself with his ghoul. It's like he's wrestling with it, and then it's like you hear a pop, and suddenly the flailing ghoul just suddenly goes limp. Just like
Very
instantly.
nice.
Like it was writhing around there, just almost sad, almost floor. And then Park's like, ah! He just throws this thing off him. He just jumps up, clutching his horribly wounded. He's got scratches everywhere. His lip is slightly torn open. His eyes are wild and frenzied and bloodshot. His forearm is horribly mutilated. And as his beard has been chewed upon. As he looks like a frenzied man. He's just screaming. And then he notices the big thing, the big ogre of death. Ah! He just jumps back. As like for his move action, he just jumps back.
Okay, it's gonna go back, kind of back to the pack.
Scabbers
Cool.
back.
All right. It is now that creature's turn, and it is going to now approach Avlak, hulking up towards you. It pulls back with its improvised wooden and stone weapon, coming down on you. It's going to roll to attack you. That's going to be a what is the plus? A 24 to hit.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, well, that is. Oh, nasty.
That's 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh.
So distracted by your colossal failure of the spell.
Yeah, so that is I sort of gawk at this thing as it sort of lumbers towards me, and it brings up its mighty improvised wooden thing or whatever, and just smash it right in the sternum, or whatever. As I fall back, and sort of trying to grasp myself, scrambling towards uprightness.
Would you go flying a little bit?
I think, yeah, a bit like I've
You hit Type of Siege slightly as both him and you kind of tumble back. Just like it's kind of capped, you kind of fall on me.
Wild eyes are just right. So scrambling back up.
All right. Now, Tiber, you're up.
Alright, as I'm pushing off the elf, as he's kind of like registering his multiple kidney failures and his 16 broken ribs. I gawk as well, not realizing this hulking thing has just come upon me, and my companions that hurt my thing, my friend and my thing.
Yeah.
I look upon it and say, "Carrion of death." And I don't know. I'm still emboldened by the power. I charge.
All right.
With my flail.
Okay, go ahead.
Gonna do justice upon this thing.
Cool.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll, but not do very well. That's 5 total.
Actually, you do connect with it.
Yeah.
But you mess up the momentum, and it just kind of pats it on the back of the leg.
Yeah. I come back and I kind of stumble as well, and I bring my flail down, and it kind of just bounces off his big fat ogre undead Gouye, his belly. His big bad belly, full of organs. It just bounces off.
Yeah.
With a recoil, just kind of stunning me. It's just like, oh.
Do you want to do
This
anything else?
thing. And that's the thing. That's pretty much all I can do, really. So I'm going to sit there and be stunned.
Okay.
In action.
Cool. Osborne, you're up.
Yay! I want to go charge at this big ass motherfucker ogre,
All right.
so I can give it a little scratch on his ankle.
All right. Go ahead and roll your unarmed. Yeah. What's
14.
your bonus? Sorry.
14 to hit.
14?
to hit.
14 hits.
Yay!
It's very large and slow moving. So it's a fairly easy target.
So that's 6 damage. Did I hear that there was 2 ogres, or was that just the one?
Just the one.
Okay, so I'm going to do 6 damage, and then I'll spend 1 my key points to do fiery blows on this mofo.
Okay, roll your attacks.
That's over 14.
That hits.
And that's another 6.
Another 6, nice.
And then a 2. to hit.
Okay, unfortunately it doesn't hit. So you do 12 points of damage to it. Okay. Everstone, the ghoul that you're fighting on the far end of the cavern, as you see this, or as you hear the sounds of a large creature fighting in the darkness behind you, you're just focused on your combat with this single creature. It lunges out to attack you once again. It's going to roll 18.
Oh, can I get fucked?
Naturally accurate.
And that is going to be 4 points of slashing damage to you.
Okay, so I'm pretty dead.
Are you dead?
No, I'm on 5.
Okay. Cool.
But I actually do think that I may have rolled before, but I can't be sure. Remembering while we were resting, but you know.
Okay. Well, I'll just say that you didn't.
Can't always lie that much.
You know what? You can scream out in pain.
All good.
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. So roll a d20 and beat a 10.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. And again, you feel that the deathly essence as it strikes you, but it doesn't seem to have any effect on you. It is now your turn.
Okay, so obviously, as much as I want to strike the ogre, I can't concentrate on that. I just need to kill this thing once and for all. So I'm going to do dagger, and that's d20 again.
Yep.
So I get my dagger out, and aim it in the air, and try jumping and try to strike it down.
Cool. Natural 20!
Not 20!
Yeah, you fucker.
Yeah, bitch.
Okay, go ahead and roll your d4 damage.
Ooh.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Go ahead and roll another d4. By the way, guys, if you from now on, I'd actually want to do like if you roll like a nat 1 on your crit, I just feel like that's not
fun.
great. So just
that 4 is fun.
That 4 is fun. So that's 5 points plus 4. You've done 9 points of damage to it.
Mm.
You just managed to defeat this creature. How do you do it?
I just get a dagger. I actually strike it through its head, and I remove the dagger, also taking its eyes and its nose off on my sword. To which I then, in a smug way, wipe the guts on the ground and turn my attention towards this motherfucking ogre.
Okay.
On the whole.
Another day, another slave.
Luck, you're up. You've got this ogre that's just in front of you. It's just kind of beating you to the ground. You've moved 5 feet back with the force.
Still clutching my ribs and everything else to get my senses. And I think, it's harder than I thought. And I cast sleep upon this creature. Come on, buddy. Come on, Daddy. Yeah, Daddy.
All right. What are you doing?
Casting sleep. So,
okay.
So I got
how does sleep work?
So,
sleep you roll.
I'm not sure you even need to roll to hit for sleep.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Go ahead and read the spell to us.
Yeah, so basically this spell sends a creature into a magical slumber. Roll 5d8. The total is how many hit points a creatures this spell can affect. So, and it's within 90 feet as well. So
okay. So roll 5d8.
5d8.
Oh god, that's... Right, so it's 15 total.
Okay.
And there's max health. Or
what
its actual health.
What happens if it doesn't reach?
If it... What do you mean doesn't reach?
So what if it has more health than you've got?
Oh, then it just doesn't work. Yeah, then the spell
Okay.
fails. Yeah.
It doesn't seem to have effect on the creature in front of you.
Damn.
Would that target friendlies as well?
I think it goes for his target first, I think.
Okay.
And then...
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I'm
just going to leave it at this.
There's a range to it, but I mean, the thing is, because, the first target hasn't succeeded, then it just fails, so...
Yeah.
Are you able to use it again on the creature?
Yeah, but it has
The
advantage.
sleeping spell.
It has advantage next time I try to... If I use on the same thing again, then it has
you can try again.
Okay.
Yeah. But I gotta say, the spell slots, they're waning.
Yeah. You're running out of spells?
Yep.
Okay. Parig's up.
Alright, his eyes still wild, he's clutching his arm, looking at that ogre, and he's just loading his crossbow and he's taking off as many shots at it as possible. So, if possible, could I do 2 crossbow shots?
You can.
One is an accelerate. Yeah, I'll do I'll just be shooting.
You can do action and as a bonus action.
Yeah. Bro! Oh, the crossbow gets jammed as I'm not able. I'm still fumbling with it as an accelerate action, bonus action. Oh no! The crossbow is just breaking on me.
Thing betrays you at your hour of need.
I curse to the high moons of high heaven. You just hear all sorts of obscenities, farmer, agricultural-based obscenities. Obscenities? I don't know. Obscenes.
All right.
He's just failing.
Okay. Tiber, you're up.
Alright. I see this great lumbering beast before
Actually,
me.
sorry.
Wait, it's not me.
It's the ogre's turn. Sorry.
Alright.
Yeah, because it's Parig then, yeah. So this ogre is now, still, bearing down and focused on Avalak. It's going to roll to hit. That is going to be a... what's its plus to hit? A 20 to hit.
Then to hit, and then I put down that... it hits.
It hits. Okay.
Avalak!
Oh, I brace myself again.
That's 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh. It just, it swallows me and hits me to the ground once again, or breaking, more was bones and ribs or else. Until, I just once again scramble to get myself up and just move back as much as I can.
Okay.
Alright, still alive.
Alrighty. Tiber, now you're up.
And I scream, Avalak! That blow, did it look like that would have killed you?
Oh, it's painful. It's
okay.
Yeah, it's deadly.
As this thing just ignored me and she went straight for the elf, as he has some sort of elf fetish. It's strange. I dive between its legs and burn it with an undead turn. I try to get around to try to get its attention to look upon me. As I can roll like athletics or acrobatics to go.
Yeah, roll acrobatics to go in.
Oh, that's not too bad because I got.
You managed to kind of skid down.
So I slide between its foul, diseased legs. Like I catch the scent of its ancient feces as I go between its legs. as I scramble back beneath it, it's like ooh, and, it's strange ogre-like undead state. It looks down upon me. It steps back just for a second, realizing this rat-like creature just emerged from between its legs. Steps back, and then I turn and I throw the symbol of my kid in its face, and cast. It has to make a wisdom saving throw versus 12. Otherwise, it is turned. Its eyes
manages to resist.
I managed to resist.
Do you do anything with your bonus action?
A bonus action. I look happy, pleased, thinking it's succeeded. As soon the horror of this thing not being affected dawns on me. That's my action.
All right, Osborne, you're up.
Yay! I will strike at this ogre again.
All right.
It's the last thing in the room, yeah?
Yeah, it's the last thing living. You hear no other movement. You do hear another thunderous crash come from the direction from which it came.
Okay. I roll a 16 to hit.
That definitely hits.
And first bit of damage is 5.
All right.
5 total. How is he looking? Is he?
He's looking like a big, solid ogre.
All right, then I'll use my.
You're the
last
only one
key
that's done
point.
physical damage to him, I believe.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll use my last key point to do my flurry of blows.
Okay.
First
Fortunately,
one,
that one doesn't hit.
misses.
Actually, no. Wait. What's your bonus?
Plus 5, so 9.
9 hits.
9 hits.
It's a slow-moving, big fat ogre. Yeah.
And 4. Wow,
Cool.
my
So what's your
rolls are awful
What's your
today.
total damage? 5 and...
5 and 4, 9.
Okay.
Unless a 7 hits, which I
Okay.
don't think it would.
Everstone, you're up.
Okay.
You're about. I would say you're about 40 feet away from this ogre thing. You've kind of run off chasing the other thing. You've just killed that one ghoul that nearly took your life. And you now see everyone else in the group fighting this giant creature. And you have the thought to yourself, it was good to ask for their help, because you doubt whether or not you could have done this alone. And you see all that fight happening in the distance. What do you do?
I am grateful for their assistance, and I want to do whatever I can to make sure that Michael's like laughing at me right now.
I'm not. I'm smiling.
You are.
Basically, I run and light power if that is possible.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So go ahead and so you run up and what do you have to do? What does your power say on the? It's on the sheet that I gave you.
Okay, light.
It's in it's in the same box as the other weapons.
Mm-hmm. Action, lightning breath. So, it is 30 feet though.
Yeah.
perhaps
So you can
I
move up. You can run.
So I run. Before it can turn around, I get about an extra 20 feet ahead. So I'm probably about 20
Away.
20 away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's okay to use.
Okay. So what do you have to do? What do you have to roll?
Wait.
It should say it. Because I actually don't know. I don't know how it works. I know I typed it, but I.
Okay, so it's something if the enemy rolls 11 or more on Dex.
Oh, so okay, cool. So I'm gonna roll a dexterity save and have to try beat 11. Okay, so it manages to make the save, but go ahead and roll the damage, and it's just gonna take half damage.
Oh, it's only 4.5.
No, so it's not a d20 damage. What's the damage it says it is in the box?
D6.
Okay, how many?
2.
Okay.
Roll d6 twice.
Nice. Cool. So it takes 3 points of damage.
3.5.
It takes 3.5 points of lightning damage.
That half point is going to kill us all. It's going to be on half a point.
Alright, is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
Perhaps I will take my remaining action and just get my dagger out, in case you guys need any of my assistance.
Alright, cool. And you see Everstone now kind of you see this crackle of like blue lightning swirl around her head as she opens up kind of with a roaring scream, and you see lightning just streak across and strike this ogre across the body.
I laugh, thinking my spell succeeded. Haha! Not realizing it came from someone else entirely.
Cool. Alright, Avalok, you're up.
Oh, good. I stumble up once again and move as far away as possible, 30 feet away from this ogre. Yeah,
Okay.
Just stumbling across orders, and I plant my ass down.
Alright. Are you just going to run away, or if you choose to, you can use your action to consciously disengage to avoid an opportunity attack if you choose?
So I don't get fucking jumped by this ogre.
Yeah, okay.
Again.
So you see Avalok with his like his staff raised, kind of ready to block, and kind of just he starts to edge away out of the ogre's reach, and then you could just kind of see him like swiftly kind of clamber off down back the hallway that you came, clutching his wounds. All right, Parig's up. It's
Once
fumbling with the
again, he's
crossbow.
shuffling with that crossbow, trying to get more shots off, dropping bolts here or there. He's picking one up, he cracks it, and with a crunch, it sounds like he's broken a little bit of it. He's just very worried, but he loads it and he sets it
It
off.
hits. Go ahead and roll your attack. Max damage. And sneak attack damage.
And he does sneak. Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
So I rolled
because he has
2d6
an
again.
ally. He has an ally.
Oh, the not
Okay,
good
plus
sneak attack.
3.
So total
So 9.
9.
Yeah. Cool.
9 damage, and then once again he just loads it up. The crossbow hitting the jugular, this great beast, but it doesn't breathe, so it does superficial damage. But then once again, the creature, the crossbow again flies past. In fact, he gets stuck into his big club.
Yeah, cool. And another notch is added to this heavy improvised weapon. Cool. It's now its turn. Seeing that juicy little elf has now just run away, it's going to turn around and look at the one that it could tell attempted some kind of holy smiting effect against it. Seeing,
I'm like on my knees in front of it, so I don't know.
yeah,
how
it's
you see guys.
going to come down on you with a.
Probably advantage.
Oh yeah, I'm considering you prone.
Yeah.
Does a 14 hit you?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. No.
So kind of unable, like in its undead form, to have the same kind of flexibility it did have alive. It can't kind of get the angle right and can't effectively make an attack down on you.
But it
You're
swings the club.
geniusly
Yeah.
out of position.
But it swings down the club and it kind of catches against me. However, I raise that shield, and when it hits it, you hear a smack. As once again, that shield, that golden laced shield is still up. It's still vibrantly shining with the spirit of Joaquin. As once again, that blessing protects me. As you see sparks fly everywhere as I raise the shield up, golden, and I look upon it, and I think it's my action now.
Yeah.
Yep. I look upon it, and as it kind of recoils back, its blow, I take the initiative and I try to slap it with my flail. I get an 19 total.
Definitely hits.
So I get my flail and I hit for its shoulders, trying to weaken its arm, doing a total of 4 damage.
Okay.
So I hit against its arm, digging into the meat of the sagging flesh of this beast.
All right.
Getting caught against his armpit, actually.
Okay.
And,
Do you do anything else?
That's it.
Okay. Osborne, you're up.
Yay! I will use an unarmed attack.
Cool. Go ahead.
1d20. 16! Yay!
Nice. That hits.
1d4 plus 3, 5 damage.
Very nice.
And then I'll use my bonus action to do just an offhand hit.
That
That's
hits.
13.
Yep.
And without plus 3, 4 damage. So
Okay,
9
so
damage.
Very nice. Cool. Okay, Everstone, you're up again.
Okay, so I have my dagger out.
Yeah.
I see the ogre. I am angry, somewhat irrational, and I launch to attack and strike.
Okay, roll your attack. That definitely hits. Roll your dagger damage.
Is it D4 or D6?
D4 for a dagger.
Sorry, I really should know this.
No, that's okay. You just started. Cool. Max damage. And roll for sneak attack because you've got allies around you keeping it distracted. 2d6 for that. As in your blade training back home in Vorash, you were.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay, and you've got a +4 to your dagger as well, so that's 18 points of damage there. Cool. 18. Just. Okay, it's starting to look a bit hurt, but it's still keeping itself together. You've still got, as part of your turn, you've still got a bit of movement left, and you have a bonus action if you choose to. If you've got 2 daggers out in your hands, you can use a bonus action to attack with one of them, if you choose to. Or you can use that bonus action to run, or do whatever you like.
Well, as I say it's flailing, I think the smart thing to do is to run to a safe distance where I can still strike it with my short bow.
Mhm.
So I get my short bow out and I run to a distance where I can strike it that way. Hopefully, since it's low, it won't be able to. I won't be in its range.
Okay, cool. And so you move back and take cover. Cool. Abdullah, you again. You're kind of now. You've moved 30 feet down the hallway, and you can still see the fight happening up there. But you're safely in some cover at the moment. What do you choose to do?
And I'm sort of clutching the side of the walls and my staff, whatever. Sort of wounded and feeling sorry for myself. But I was sort of look back and realize I should still help. And with oh, hang on. So and this ogre. So I've moved 30 feet away. It still ran about 30 feet. I imagine. Yep. Cool.
Yep.
Well. With my last level 1 was it spell and order. I cast a magic missile.
Magic missile.
Yep.
Cool.
Here's the last one.
Go ahead and roll the damage.
Alright, so. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Almost
So,
max damage magic missile.
5 with a 4. Jesus.
Okay. Sorry, let me do the math. 5, 4.
14.
Describe how you slay this creature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, in that sort of mind's eye, sort of realizing where it still was, I put down the box I was still carrying and still held, even though the ogre decided to fling me around with its big dobby knocker. I put down the arcane was the box itself, and put down the sort of staff whatever. And because I injured and tired, I sort of concentrated a lot about. And just focus all my arcane energies and sort of clasping both my hands together and then generating sort of it almost looks like it's chromatic orb, but it isn't, because all of a sudden these sort of whirling sort of energies or whatever, just the magical sort of darts that was a magic missile. And in a second was all three just burst from this ball, whatever, screaming towards, a little bit louder than usual, towards the ogre itself, whatever, all directed towards its head, its gangrenous, stupid head, and
Nice.
piercing right through there, almost a solid boom as
a note to everyone else, like you see Avalak kind of clutching himself run down the tunnel, and you guys are thinking, oh wow, he's hurt, I hope he, and then you just see this fury of arcane energy slicing out from that hallway and sunder that creature completely, and it falls slumping to the ground. Tiber, can you roll a quick acrobatics? Or a dex? Actually, I'm going to take quick acrobatics to dodge out of the way of the slumping directly down. Okay, you managed to tumble out of the way. Without your armor, you managed to kind of have that extra mobility.
As these magic missiles are fueled by spite and hatred of the ancient elf in bed, and explode this thing's head. The gore goes everywhere, and I should have done what Everstone did, which was get away from this thing. As the gore covers me and goes everywhere as this thing falls down and splats on the floor. I managed to scamper out of the way. Luckily, I wasn't wearing armor, because that would have been impossible for me to do so. As I roll out of the way, drenched in this thing's ichor and gore and blood and just diseased foulness. As I am almost hacking.
And its final fall echoes throughout the cavern, and everything is quiet, dead quiet once again.
Except for Porrick in the background, he's like
okay.
with a crossbow, and then
guys, I really need to go wee. Do you want to start our break now, really quickly?
Let's start with a short rest.
You need to invest in a bucket.
I need a bucket.
With a long rest.
I thought you were hardcore.
It's on here.
No.
Stop him, Everstone. Stop him. Bar his way. You have an opportunity attack against him.
Yeah, fuck. Just
He's trying to run past you.
Run past it, just trip him.
Yeah.
Ogre zombie kind of falls to the ground. You see Tiber tumble out of the way in time.
Ugh.
The dust settles and it's quiet once again.
Nice.
Yes. Yes. Let's just say, with victorious look on my face, just rubbing myself. But quite pleased with what we have done. We have purged this land, this cave, together. Good work! Oh! Unlock!
I start to stumble. I stumble back, clutching both the arcane box as well as my staff, whatever. Yeah, just limping back, using the weight. It's like, yes, everything is fine. Oh, everyone else alright?
Here. I go over and start giving you a hand and give you a shoulder to lean on. And we were carrying this the whole time. What is this thing? Is this the thing you found back there?
Yes, key, lock, box, something within it, but obviously.
Wait, let's rest you down. Let's rest you down over here.
Right.
Over here.
Okay.
Alright. Find you conveniently placed set of destroyed pillars.
Mm-hmm.
We sit there, start to tend to our wounds.
Some rubble. Do you guys want to effectively take a short rest?
Oh, absolutely.
To
You can, yeah.
Okay.
Yes!
And once I've been sat down, I immediately fall into a trance, just.
You kind of see him instead of his he kind of just leans back and shuts his eyes, and he's there, but he's exercising his mind in a way that revitalizes him.
Oh my god. 1 health on a hit dice.
Plus Constitution. Anyone that needs to roll hit dice can now roll hit dice now.
Hit dice
equal to your level.
Hit dice.
Depending on how many hit dice you have remaining for the day, if you've rolled them already or not.
What's the hit dice? Which one's that?
Are you a D4 hit die, Rue?
Oh yeah.
Isn't it a D6 for wizard?
That's 6. Wait, my brain levels.
Let's have a quick check. I'm actually conveniently on the wizard section right now.
Good, tell me because I forgot.
Yeah, you're D6.
Fuck
you're D6.
yeah, let's do it again. Give me 4.
They're all gonna be ones. They're all gonna be ones.
Getting hurt.
Only one. Yeah, it's the same title. Fuck yeah.
Add your Constitution modifier to each dice.
0.
Oh, you
Gotcha.
lucky fuckers with your high rolls and bullshit.
Yes.
I'm going to go into a meditation.
Mm-hmm. Also, Rue, you get 2 points worth of spell slots back, so either a second level or 2 first level.
Cool.
Because that's a short rest.
Let's plop those into level 1 because I have 2 spells and 1 spell.
And you now get the feeling you're all starting to feel very, very exhausted because outside, you get the feeling it's the middle of the night. Or starting to creep into the early morning.
You believe this will be a good place so we can rest for tonight? It seems a little bit sketchy. I look around at the disgusting forms of these foul beasts of death, and the carriers of disease and grime and gruel. As no doubt Porrick is at this exact moment rummaging through the deceased corpses, picking apart their filthy loins in order to scrape out a slither of gold or whatever foulness he loves to squeeze together. So he's going to be looting their corpses.
And you can see him he's just from a distance got his rapier and he's just sliced open the belly of the ogre. And,
oh yes, of course.
And you see him take his time go around these creatures, and you see him curse and kick all of them when they've got nothing on them.
And in doing so, he splatters himself with more gore and redness as this filthy man is just slumped down. As now Siege is going back and forth between Siege and Porrix, and Siege is like, must you always pick apart the corpses of deceased for any sort of coin or any sort of slither of value they have upon that person? These people have already been ransacked by the ravages of foul necromancy and magic, and yet you molest their corpses? You disgust me. And Porrix's like, yeah, well, you haven't seen what I've seen, Timer. These are hard times and all that. And I was like, yes, of course, hard times. Indeed, but I share these hard times, you fool. Do not spread disease through our camp. I will shall not ever eat of your porridge. And just like, back and forth. Comically. Like, fine then, more porridge for me and Mary. Speaking of which, Mary? Where did Mary were left? Where are they?
Out the front of the cave.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. There you go. Oh, I need to go check on Mary. Oh, he just runs off. Hey, come back! You die! I'm Mary! He just squeals off. He just runs.
Okay.
There you go.
Over the next 45 minutes, you all take some time to recuperate yourselves. You roll any hit dice.
I offer up a prayer of thanks to Joaquin, so I just put like a ritual together and do a ceremony, and thankfulness in favor of her powers and her her blessings that has saved me. For once, I have not been accosted today. Running through hordes of undead, I have not been touched. My body's pure and clean of filth and sickness and hurt. Where I often get wounded, I can now tend to the javelin wound from the orc from earlier in the day. But this was fantastic. I'm finally going places. This is great. Glory to Joaquin.
Okay. So you take some time. Again, if anyone needs to roll hit dice to recover their hit points, they can do that now.
Okay, what's the hit dice? Which one?
So on your character sheet, your hit dice is a D8 plus 1. You've got 4 of those, and you can roll 4 of those, and we'll add 1 to each of them, and you regain that much health while you're resting. So 22. You regain 22 health.
So I'm now at full health again.
Yeah. But mark that you've got no hit dice left for today. If you sleep and sleep a whole sleep, you get half of them back. So the next day you'll have half as many.
Cool.
All right. What do you guys want to do? It's about 45 minutes have passed. You see Parig make his way back to the group of you, slowly and sneakily.
You survived. I survived, Tiber. No thanks to you. You could have helped me, No, I will not help you in your mad quest to go see to your strange animals. You don't understand them like I do, Tiber. I would keep your mouth shut if I were you. Obviously, he's stressed out. And so is Siege. These two humans bickering with each other. Did you see anything along the way? As we're just shouting at each other. So no doubt you wake.
Yeah, so I'm just like, could you two please be quiet? Sure, we killed the ogre here and the rest of the shambling fools, but there could be more, and you shouting doesn't help the situation.
Songs of battle before didn't help either. Let us move. Why are we sitting here next to the corpses of these things?
Because
Alright, come help me carry. Let me carry. No, they weren't back in the other chamber. Stop being lazy. Help me carry Porter. Help me carry Avalok.
I'm fine, and I sort of I'm a little more androgynous at this point. I want to say I'm fine. I just need my stuff.
Your chest looks caved in.
No, it's
That's not normal.
Everything's not normal to you, Tyler.
No, because we're in a den of foulness, ancient magic, and blasphemy. Evidently, the corpses here walk.
Yes.
There's something very wrong with this place, and your casual, careless state of serenity is disturbing to me far more than that of the actual corpses themselves.
So would it be better for me
to shake my head,
to flail my arms and scream the top of my lungs? Would that be better?
To be more. And I was about to say human. To be more sentient, to have feelings and to be able to react and not be, I don't know. Sometimes I worry about you. Something's lost within you.
I was at very, very, very close to you, and staring you right in the eyes, and sort of look down a little bit of what I've been saying. everything is fine, Tiber.
Mm,
I'll keep my eyes there for a second, then I move off.
I look a bit weirded out by this strange creature in front of me, this strange elf, alien thing, of ancient eldritch lore, and antediluvian sensibilities. I kind of step back slightly, like, yes, well, as long as you're okay. I hate to see you badly hurt. I'm glad you're still among us. Definitely very glad. But I would feel much safer if we perhaps move to a better location. Perhaps away from the stench and filth of this.
I thought I heard
creatures.
something. No, it wasn't magic. No, never mind.
Oh, perhaps more of that strange lightning, that thunder in the distance of these caverns. They echo so loudly. At least away from that, and the smell.
It was the ogre, I'm pretty sure, but yes, no, good point. So I'll raise myself with my staff and... Right, well, and so looking at the arcane box, it seems like this may be the thing. And also that room we first inspected, with the massive arch.
Yes, that could be a good clue. But what is the purpose of such a box? Can it be opened? Like, is it a resonance crystal? Or I don't understand. What is it?
It does resonate when I touch it. It's obviously arcane and tuned.
Oh, I see the glowing runes.
Yes.
What are their meaning? And I kind of look closely at it, see if they have any. Just off the cuff, do they have any like sort of theological?
So just describe. Avlok, are you holding this to him?
Yeah, I'll hold it so you can see it.
Well, Avlok's holding it. You see runes in Dwarvish, and
I don't speak that.
I can just tell you again. In fact, we need Woods of Favor in the favor. The thing, fuck my brain. Yep.
It says, those who stay true to the Fandelver's pact have access.
I see. Looking upon it closely, inspecting it, suspicious. Raising my nose at it slightly, just kind of thing. Where was it found? Was it found among the charred remains of the people caught in that trap back there?
Wasn't a trap, but in the remains, yes. So I imagine was venturing back there and sort of... What? Good point, actually. The fact of the matter is, maybe it was taken there. Maybe it was held by the charred remains. Maybe it was being protected by something.
Well, I kind of step back. Like, you mean this box could have caused what happened there? I kind of take another step back.
Potentially.
I take a third step back.
I see you sort of walking back, and I sort of hold the box out a little bit more, just to see if you sort of flinch and walk back and more so.
I take another step back. You're carrying this thing; it's going to explode and kill us all. Just whatever.
And obviously, Tiber, wary. This is not going to destroy you. Believe me.
You say it so confidently. Can't help but trust you in this, despite my better judgments.
Yes, good.
Yes.
Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but further investigation is needed.
But first, let us sleep. My eyes are heavy, and I'm sure you're shaking there. You need to lie down.
Fine. I sort of unscrupulously sort of put myself down and pretend to...
No, not here. We need to move somewhere else.
No, well,
The
where
smell,
else?
I cannot...
Well, where else? The smell is everywhere. Hawks, death, defile. You just have to get used to it.
Maybe in the mouth of the cavern, the place where the natural caverns were before, where we first made camp here. Maybe that location, and the point where it opens up into this masoned hole, this ancient masoned hole. Maybe there, around that corner. At least it'll give us a decent vantage point and a point of escape should we need to make a run for it.
If everyone agrees.
Of course, it is a smart plan. Isn't that right, Everstone?
Hehe.
Yeah, see? I our talented guide is agreement. He's in agreement with me. Yes, I'm just kind of very pleased.
Brilliant,
Imagine
fortuitous,
something-
Tiber.
I guess
Let's
something, pretty good. Yes, you need some sleep. You need some rest.
let's venture out there quickly, if you would.
I'll need to make some prayers tonight, but I believe I may be able to aid you in some of your pain in the morning. Come, my friend. I reach out a human hand of friendship, and I grasp yours if you take it. Reach out.
I just to kind of humor you, I'm like, fine, Tiber, yes.
You're kind of like not really into it, but like you're kind of like, should I? And I kind of like grab it, like yes. I just grab your hand and your arm and just kind of pull you in a direction and kind of like help you along, as if you were like an old man. Yeah, like as if you were an old man needing to be helped across the road. Like,
oh, I'm gonna drown you in a pool of your own blood. Anyway,
step over there. Oh, over here. Watch out for that spider. You like spiders? You eat spiders? I heard you eat spiders.
You made that up, Tiber. You made that up.
Okay.
Trying to cast. You're humorless.
Yes, humor. It comes from human. Oh.
Excellent.
I look very curiously at the spider that was referenced out.
So where are you heading?
Back to the entrance. Like, basically, you know where we camped beforehand, where there was like the multiple split passageways, and it was kind of like a natural cavern.
Okay, and you had like a short rest there?
Yeah. So at the point where the natural cavern turns into this great hall where we are now. If you
right.
Yeah,
okay. So like
further back.
in between the room where you found the box and in between the great hall.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Those tunnels where you chase down the ghouls.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Like that's it. And a place where it looks.
So just like in the hallway?
Yeah, like kind of in the hallway. Maybe more to the corner, just sort of like a place.
I mean, they're quite. Yeah, like this hallway is a bit wider.
Yeah.
So you could comfortably get like 4 or 5 people walking across. Could fit in this hallway.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, there's not like lots of space.
Yeah, we'll do that. Just as well, like a good vantage point as well, just so that should we need to escape from a direction, we have a clear route of escape. Like my plan.
Okay. Your intended escape being the direction you came from, or a different room?
Or like multiple, as many as possible, really.
Okay.
But yeah, that's okay. As long as we have 2 routes of escape, that's good.
Yeah, cool. All right. So what are you guys doing? You're
sleeping.
Okay. Pulling out your bedrolls, other preparations.
Boric, you're on first watch. You go fuck yourself, Tiber. What? They go fuck yourself. I'm tired. You do it. Like, how dare you speak to me in such a way? Me, the one who pays you. And it's just like more back and forth.
And allows his free pickings.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I begrudgingly, fine. I'll take first watch if that's okay. I have a little bit more energy now.
Okay.
I'll do that.
Cool. Did you guys want to wrap up the session here? Is this the convenient time to do that?
Yeah, I need to start heading.
Okay, cool.
Can we go for a long rest?
Yes, this is your sleep. This is your long rest.
Yay, we can go nap time.
Isn't dungeons fun? How grueling they are.
Dungeons.
Yeah. All right. So you organize your watch order and get yourselves off to bed.
Oh, we've got
I'll quickly
now.
Yeah. Feel free to have your Frank Underwood monologue moment.
Yeah.
And while you do that, I'm just going to be counting numbers.
I watch over the remains of this party, this strange place we find ourselves in, these deep ancient catacombs filled with all sorts of manner of undead and foulness. I look around and say, an internal monologue as the stage lights grow dim and as the spotlights come up upon me, Siege, as I look around, give you an insight in what's working to my mind. I look around. This place, so filled with ancient horrors and foul defilement. But here, my companions and I are able to do some good here, are able to free this place from the taint, foul sorceries, the taints of necromancy, and find our way into the forge, find its meaning, and uncover the secrets of that place. For the sake of Gundren, the dwarf which risked his life and gave his life for this great discovery, the foul end that we left him there back in Castle Cragmire Castle. Here, we are continuing his legacy and are able to do the work which he started. Look around. It is good. We're still alive. The Avalak was greatly wounded and damaged. It is good that he's alive. I worry about him. There is something off about him. It scares me. As if he is unfeeling, or as if he is somewhat not there, uncaring, distant, cold. Sometimes I'm able to break through that cold, hard exterior of the ancient sage. Still, it is worrying. I worry for his sanity. No doubt the secrets he holds within his mind and the foul sorceries which he casts, no doubt they weigh heavily upon his mind. It's good. We are in good company. This Everstone, this great dragon of power, he looks wounded, but looks capable. With our guidance, with our fortune, we'll be able to do well here. Just must look after each other and look after our own, especially the little one. But he's much more capable than I. I don't know why. I do not know why I bother to worry about him. He's a great warrior from a strange land. Still, and I look upon the outside, among the crumbling ruins of this ancient place. I cannot help but feel like I am trespassing here. Feel coldness here, an ancient presence. Something here, something else here. There is more to here than initially meets the eye. Something happened here long ago. Hopefully that thing, or whatever caused it, will not repeat, or is not still here to accost us.
Yes. And as I sat was it to transfer myself and so amusing myself, that was closer than I would have liked. I didn't presume there was going to be an ogre was appearing, especially an undead ogre. Same with those other shambling sort of wretches that were trying to rip us apart, but it was all because of, and I sort of reach over to the arcade box once again. This must be a key. It has to be a key. It has to be key to the spell forge, whatever this thing is. In fact, the runes about and what ancient death still lingers here, it only makes sense. But I just wonder when we get there what we'll find, and also what will happen to my companions. Best leave that until it is. But we cannot afford to be terrified or scared of what will happen. We need to attain it, and we need it now. Or better yet, I.
Alright. Does anyone else have closing thoughts of their character? Or we'll just wrap this up, as these are your final thoughts of the day as you struggle to get rest in this dark, dangerous, and seemingly unholy place.
No. I do not have any.
What?
Oh, cool. Great session.
Yeah, cool. You were muted before when you tried to talk, Emily.
Yeah, no, I'm not anymore.
Oh, cool.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Oh,
You,
goodness.
you see Everstone just sigh, I'm good. And shut off to sleep.
I'm sorry. I'm good. That's
So
my
awesome.
dramatic flair.
Cool.
Alrighty, thank you, Mr. Jim.
Thanks, man.
Everybody
Yeah,
else in?
all good. So where the previous sessions have been more RP heavy, these are definitely more combat heavy as you're in the thick of it now.
Hmm.
Yeah, good mix.
Yeah.
Good mix.
I hopefully that flowed okay. Feel
Oh,
like
it was great.
some combat training's probably all right for us.
Guys, this is where we tell Michael he's awesome and thank him for doing such a
Yeah,
great
absolutely.
I already gave him my fucking thanks. You're gonna cost me anything else.
I know I took enough of your HP. I don't need thanks.
Yeah, throw it over at me, especially when it starts to heat seek.
Relentless attacks.
No, I failed a woof. I could
I
have
just.
died.
I had bad rolls.
Yeah, you gotta warm up on punching bag there. So I think you spent the most of that session looking at the picture of this ghoul entity.
The bull
Did
webs.
everyone make their con saves? No one failed a con save, did they?
No, no
Yeah.
one got infected by whatever
No one
hell
did.
Yeah, what was
shit
it?
is.
Was it going to be poison?
You
Ghoul
know.
disease.
You don't know what it is.
Gangrene
Okay.
ghoul disease? Oh!
Because, just in case,
Yeah,
I do have advantage saving throws
Cool.
on poison.
and that's good of you to bring that up. Cool.
Because, yeah, I wasn't sure if it was or wasn't. Just let you know.
Mm.
Cool.
Alright, cool. I
I'll
gotta
let
head
you
off,
know.
guys.
It's a scarier effect.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Cool. I'll catch